Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Sunday's show. We had some time difference difficulties tonight, but no big deal. We're here. So we got a fun night tonight. We've got the Naughtiest Fairy, Wendy Steen Shaner, and one of her book artists, Kristina Hagerty, who's also a tattoo artist. So without further ado, I will bring out Miss Wendy.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Wendy. I'm out of breath, everybody. I had to run downstairs and get my phone charger. So that's why I'm like, how are you tonight?
I am good. I'm sorry we were late, but I'm glad we got our
no
time
big deal.
squared away and we're here.
What's going on, Andre? Hey, James. And let's bring out Miss Kristina, who's hiding behind a sign. What is that? Oh, there she is. Wait, it looks...
Hello, everybody.
How are you tonight, Kristina?
Good. How are you?
Doing good. Hopefully tonight we don't have any technical difficulties like we did last night. Last night was like, Facebook was like, no, StreamYard. And then it was funny because everybody's like, he's not moving. And I'm like, everybody's moving on mine and I'm moving on mine. And I'm still, I can see myself talking. Why can't? And then I looked on the phone and I'm like this. I was like, oh boy, here we go. Now I'm never going to hear the end of Freeze Frame again. So I start making up some more stuff memes to fire out the cannon later on.
Yeah, I'm your only technical difficulty here.
The internet is always a strange being, Some days it works perfect. And then like yesterday was crazy. Like at noon, I got a notification from like Thursday that somebody had commented on a post that said a minute ago. I was like, oh, okay. And I clicked on it and it was like from 2 days ago. And I'm like, way to go, Facebook. Way to be on top of things, so it is what it is. So it's good to have you on tonight. I appreciate you being on, Kristina.
Oh, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
I don't think I've ever seen you online before outside of, Wendy talking about you in some of her live shows and showing off your art. So it's kind of an honor to get to have you on the show for the first time.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. It's an honor to be here.
She's like the elusive Pokemon.
She's the shiny.
You can't catch her.
All right, everybody, put your master balls away. You can't catch her. So, did you guys do okay with the earthquake yesterday? I seen online you guys had a small little shake going on.
We keep those doggies rolling. I was fine. I rolled with it.
I just can't. Hate him.
We already talked about that earlier. Wendy's all throwing herself over the book. She's got all those signatures and the stuff and all the stretch goals. And she's just like over it like a human shield going, no, the books. And the ceiling plaster's hanging on going, no, we don't dare damage the naughtiest fairy.
And then you've got Kristina who pulls out a surfboard and is like, let's go.
She's just going to ride the wave.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh. My biggest fear, earthquakes, volcanoes, tsunamis, tornadoes, hurricanes, natural disasters, not a fan.
Whatever is on the earth.
We want to keep our earth happy and healthy.
Yes.
Hey, there's. So yeah, got to keep our planet happy as possible. Ugh. Don't like it. No.
Sorry, guys, we get caught up on comments here. We got James in the house. We got Jack in the house.
Oh, there I can kind of. I see Freddie. I feel like
Yeah, Freddie Hernandez.
And we got Mr. Ed Williams in the house.
I see Ed and Freddie and Smithers.
and you.
Hey, Larry, how's it going, Larry? Thanks for joining, buddy.
Hey, Larry. So yeah, that's fun.
So how did you, I wanted to kind of start off. I know the only way that I know Kristina is through you, Wendy. So how did you meet Kristina and, start using her as far as covers go? Were you guys friends for a long time beforehand, or?
So like Kristina and I go back many, many years. And what's funny is we actually met through my husband, because Bill went to Kristina for a tattoo. And he was looking through her book. He saw a couple pieces and was just like, that's it. This is who's doing my tattoo. So he was working with Kristina first for, I think it was probably
one tattoo.
What?
It was like, well, the second tattoo.
Right, because it was the Red Sonja piece that was on the back of his leg. Ebas had done a drawing of Red Sonja, and so Kristina was so excited to see Eric's piece, was like, oh, I get to do this? Fantastic. So we hooked her early into the comic world without her even knowing it. It was not even a slight tug. She kind of just was like, so she did Bill's tattoo. And then I came to her probably a month or so later, and I had my little infinity heart, my heart and my infinity. She's done all of these little ones. These are my little flash tattoos. So she did this piece, this one over here.
All of those.
This was the piece she did. And then I went from that to my big piece. So you have my big piece, my Lady Death piece that's on my thigh. It's a thigh piece that was like really my first big tattoo. And so Kristina, again, got engrossed.
And that was a Dawn design.
And that one's Dawn Tag, and then my Wonder Woman. And so we became very, by the time we were working on Lady Death, you and I had already been friends and hanging out all the time.
Yeah. We connected right away.
And it was Kristina who actually introduced me to the software program that I use, which is Dash 3D Studio. Had it not been for Kristina, I would not have even used that software program at all. So I owe Naughty Fairies to Kristina. Wait, this way. Her. So yeah. That's how we met. I know.
I've been doing this for several months, and I still don't know which way is which.
So that's how Kristina and I met, and that's how I got into the software to do Naughty Fairies. And then when I did my first comic book, I was like, okay, Kristina, I need a cover girl. Can you do this? And she's like, I got this. So she covered for me, and then I've had her on every one of the books for the series. So she's been on books 1, 2, 3, and 4, and the swimsuit edition. The Art of Naughty Fairies, we didn't have her do. I was trying to keep that one really small, and that's the original that she just hand colored recently. It turned out so beautiful.
That is phenomenal.
Yeah, I just finished this actually.
And it's all glittery. There's sparkles throughout the whole piece.
Now, is that piece still for sale, or did somebody snatch that one up?
This one's we got this one still for sale, right, Wendy?
Yeah, that's still available.
So all you folks in the comment section, this piece is still available. I knew this was one of the ones that Wendy had posted up about it's been about a month and a half ago.
Yeah, she's got. Do you want to share some of those pieces that you have sitting there?
Which one?
Magical.
Which one?
Which one? This is a piece I did for a friend. In fact, it was for Bill for his birthday.
Yeah, that's the original piece there. I do have prints available at the Etsy store. So if you are interested in getting one of the Elvira prints, and Kristina will sign them,
This is the original. Which book was this? Wasn't this which one was this? This was a summer one, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was for Naughty Fairies Comic-Con.
Yeah, that's right.
One of the swimsuit variants. And then this was a Harley piece that she did for Bill.
And here comes up and comings. They're going to be quick. Up and comings.
So there's, I'm not going to tell you for what book that's for.
Wee, up and comings. Quick. Wee. And another one. Wee.
Keep Kristina busy. I gotta make sure I keep her occupied before somebody comes and snags her, and then I can't even book her. So
Russell, Wendy said you'd get a kick out of this. I don't know if you're going to.
Hold on, let me switch it back.
It's like a concept that I've been working on. She said you'd get a really kick out of it.
Oh, that's great.
And these are just some pieces that, like portraits and stuff that I've done.
Kristina's black and gray is absolutely off the chart.
That is phenomenal work.
It's beautiful. I can't get her to do it on the comic books. I'm going to keep working.
Forrest, run!
Keep working on it.
Is that what you say every time she asks you to do the black and white for the comic books?
Yes. She refuses.
I think not.
Maybe if we get a big enough demand, people are demanding those, then we might be able to get her to do a black and gray. They are absolutely stunning.
Yeah, the detail is phenomenal. I mean, that's portrait photo quality work. I mean, that is absolutely phenomenal.
Thank you. Everybody should recognize this one. This is a famous picture of National Geographic.
It's stunning. Is that your African gray?
No, actually, this is a black and gray of a scarlet macaw.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, I know my birds.
Jesus. Everybody loves Jesus. Sitting Bull.
Wow. That's phenomenal.
Ego. Let's see who can guess who this is. Anybody know who that is?
I know, but I can't tell.
You know. You know.
I think I know, but I'm going to wait and see if anybody in the comments does. There's about a 10 to 15 second delay from when you show and people see it.
Okay.
Nice.
So we'll give it a second to see if anybody comments on who it is.
Hint. Definitely a famous actress. So we'll wait on that one. We'll see what people say.
Come on, people. Any guesses?
Oh, I love that one.
So we got a guess here, Kristina.
It's Maxine Harlow.
Everybody knows who this is.
Oh, yep, Miss Angelina Jolie.
Yep. Jason Isaacs. Orlando Bloom.
And where's Steph at? He'd be drooling over that picture.
This is a friend of mine that I did years ago, Jay Trevere. This is John Malkovich's Marquise de Sade. Those are my portraits.
She has there that she's just hiding. She's not showing everything.
Well, you know, and Wendy, if you're ever looking for somebody, I mean, I've already got a cover for 5 drawn up. So, I mean, if you're looking for someone new,
I love
you know, we
it.
got Steph Pool, Naughty Fairy Stripper Assassin Cosplay Edition. We've even got the Stick Unicorn and the Magic Wand.
That is awesome.
You know, and I sent it to Jesse Witchman, and Jesse Witchman added a background for me. So, you know, there's always that.
I love it. That is awesome.
Like, it was funny because I tagged Steph in that, and then like throughout the day I was adding word bubbles with different, you know, messages in it. And I did one with you know, with Jesse Witchman. I was like, you know, where's Jesse Witchman at? We need to add some background in here. And he, like, it was like 10 or 15 minutes after he liked it, he sent me over that piece back with a background added to it. And I was cracking up. I was like, this is golden. So, we always love Raz stuff. It's a good time. So, you know, before
go ahead.
Sorry. So before you met Wendy, Kristina, you know, did you ever work on comic books before then, or was, you know, meeting Wendy and, you know, does that kind of your break into the comic book world?
She used my break into the comic book world. She like shoved me in. And I kind of willingly fell.
Or she taped you up and dragged you in.
Yeah. Dragged me in.
And it's gonna look like this, and you're gonna have fun. And she's just like, I don't know about that. So yeah, I did a really good job bringing her in, kicking and screaming.
Yes. She
So
did.
we got a latecomer with the guess on who that portrait was.
It's not Audrey Hepburn.
No, it's not Audrey Hepburn. Nope. Before.
Yeah, we're gonna have people.
I'll give you a hint. It's before that. Before her.
People's ears are going to be smoking watching this live show. Google's going to be getting tore up. Who is this? Yeah, pretty much. That's how it is, Andre. And he says, here's the ocean. Learn how to swim. Bye.
That's it. Jumped right off the edge of the boat.
Uh-oh. Did we lose Wendy?
Wendy, where'd you go?
Oh, hold on. She's back. Let me add her back in.
You
Are we guessing old movie stars?
Well, we wanted Kristina in the middle. Oh, Lewis. Kristina put up an original piece of art. And so she was displaying and wanted to know if anybody knew who it was. So, Lewis, do you know who that is? Oh, Ava Gardner?
No.
No.
No. Another hint. Her famous line was, "Come up and see me sometime."
And Ed, she is on Instagram.
Yes, I am on Instagram. You can find me on Instagram.
It's artist Kristina.
Yeah, artist Kristina Hagerty.
Yep. And you can see all of her beautiful tattoos. She does some beautiful work. Her tattoos are amazing. We are covered with them.
Yes, you are.
Christina's.
See, I should make you stand
Sorry,
up.
I'm pulling that link so I can put it in the comments so they can find it.
Oh,
I
thank you.
fat fingered it. I didn't find it.
See, I'm losing that glow again.
Yes, you are.
Uh-oh, you're dying on you.
Darkness. Come up to the light, Wendy. Come up to the light.
Oh, don't make me, because it'll look so weird if I'm on your screen.
You said it's artist Kristina Hagerty?
Yeah, I think so.
Artist Kristina. Try artist Kristina. I can't look because I'm using my phone.
No, I totally get it. If not, I can get it to you later, Ed. Here, wait a minute. Hold on. I think I found it.
Yay.
Nope, it was just a check-in.
I'm going to see if I can. I believe it's, yeah.
Well,
or just
apparently there's a lot of artist Kristinas because there is a like 55 at least that pop up on here. So.
Well, we'll try Kristina Hagerty.
Yeah, I'll try that. Hold on.
Just go with Bob.
Just Bob.
Just Bob.
Ah, there you are. Yeah, it's just Kristina Hagerty.
Yeah, Kristina Hart. Oh, yay. Did you find me?
Yeah, I found you. Hold
Yay.
on, and I will drop that in the comments, everybody.
Yeah. I'm gonna try my magic light again. See if I charged it. So we'll see. It'll last like 3 seconds. Watch.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Either that or to be like an aftershock and it's gonna fall off the wall or whatever and bonk her on the head.
As she dives for her books.
No, not again.
We can see you.
Catch the metal covers.
I can just see it now. You know, the David Harrigan banner is gonna be. She's gonna pull it down over herself and make herself a little safety chain.
I think it'll just become like
flat out. Save them.
Because on the
she's
back,
gonna open her eyes up and there's just gonna be nothing but side boob right in her face.
that's perfect. You can never have too much side boob.
Exactly.
Never too much side boob.
See, there's side boob right there.
Right there.
Right on your shoulder.
Yeah. Well, not that one. This one. She
No,
has.
back of you. It's sitting on your shoulder.
Oh, well, yeah. No, she's always there. She's like a parrot.
So you've been tattooing for 13 years, we decided earlier, something like that?
About 12 years. Yeah. Wendy says
And so,
I've been tattooing forever.
Since she was born.
Since I was born. I came out with a tattoo machine.
So as you were growing up, you know, did you want to get into, you know, doing art, you know, just like hand art, or did you always want to become a tattoo artist? You know, how did you get into the tattoo industry? Like, was that the first thing that you got into?
All my life. I've drawn all my life. That's just who I am. That's part of my soul. It's funny. I got into tattooing is not glorified. Everybody asks me this. It was in 2007, and the economy took a nosedive. Kind of, I don't know, familiar. And I was laid off from my company, and then I found another company to work for, and I worked for them for almost a year. They started laying off people. I survived the first cut, the second cut, I didn't. Then I found another company. I was there with them for a couple of months. And then again, they were bought out by a bigger company. So all the old employees were let go. And then I had nothing to lose. You know, I was applying everywhere. Nobody was hiring. And I knew a person back east for many, many years. He was a tattoo artist. And I always asked him questions about it. You know, how do you go about doing it? How do you go about getting into it? And he was telling me, he goes, you should really get into it because of the way you draw and everything, you'll be really good at it. And I said, I don't know. I need that security of that check, you know, coming every week or every 2 weeks. And he goes, yeah, he goes, first year, he goes, it's hard. He goes, you eat crow. He goes, you don't make much money. He goes, but it, you know, it is a really good business. So I finally said, you know what? Okay, so I just walk in and ask for an apprenticeship. He goes, yeah, basically that's all you do. And I said, oh, okay, because I have nothing to lose. So I went into one shop. It was not surprisingly full of egos. And so I left that one, went to another one. The next one hired me as brought me on as an apprentice. And I worked there for about 2 years. And then I came out to Santa Clarita, worked for a shop out there for close to a year. And then I found my home at Santa Clarita Tattoo. And been there ever since.
That's awesome. So you kind of got into the tattoo artist, then you get this crazy person coming in to get a tattoo. And then she's like, all right, we're going to break you into the comic book world, and we're just going to throw you right out in there with the sharks, and they're going to eat you alive. But, you know, I have to say your work's been phenomenal, you know.
I think that was my quote, too. I'm like, you're doing it. You don't really have a choice.
Yeah.
I didn't give her much leadway to escape it. I just said, no, this is what we're doing, and this is how you're going to do it, and then we're going to do this, and then we're going to do this. And Kristina has her own comic book as well.
Yes. It's more like a graphic novel than a comic book.
In just a second here.
Yeah, so not only did I do my comic book, but I helped Kristina kind of complete a dream that she had, was doing a graphic novel. Not necessarily comic book where you think superheroes and stuff, but she did her book at the same time that I was finishing my first book. So we did it at the same time, and her book was actually one of the offerings for the first Kickstarter that I did. So I have her book is available on the Etsy store as well. It's Abstractions of the Soul, Volume 1. So I think you have the link. It's on the my Etsy. It's just under Naughty, so you can find it there.
Russell doesn't know much about novels.
Oh, you're awesome, Ed. That's so sweet.
That's all right. You know what? I've already got my next story set up. I mean, and here's the piece that I'm going to be doing it on. So, you know, there's an awesome story behind this. You know, we've got Steph Wilson, who starts doing drag shows, and he meets Ruben Rosa. And, you know, it just, you know, it was fate that they met and their paths intertwined.
I just because
circle templates.
Ruben doesn't participate in any of this, and he gets dragged in. The poor guy, such a sweetheart.
You know what? There's a lot of people, and it's funny because we razz each other all the time. But there's a lot of people that we're like, who's Ruben Rosas? And so, you know, now, you know, when stuff blew up the internet with Facebook, he's like, everybody go on this live show with Ruben and tell him you won his red Monica. And so like Ruben and
Simeon?
Oh, yeah, Simeon, thank you. My brain's like so Ruben and Simeon are doing this live show, and like all of a sudden there's like 30 of us that just drop in that they have no idea who we are. We're like, where's the red Monica at? And they're like, oh no, we're kind of new at doing this thing, and everybody's like, I want this, and this, and they were struggling to keep up. And Ruben's like, thanks for that stuff. You dropped a bomb on us. No, it's great you have fun and give each other trouble, because you know that's how we meet each other. We meet new people, and you know, just like you know you, Kristina, I would have never have known who you were if it wasn't for Wendy and you know bringing you on and dragging you into the pool of sharks known as the comic world. And you know, it's great to see, you know, that's what these shows are all about. It's about inspiration. You know, you inspired Wendy to be able to, you know, by telling her, hey, this program is great for doing, you know, covers and comic books and stuff like that. And, you know, Wendy used that to create her own series. And then she in turn returned the favor by dragging you in with her and saying, hey,
opportunity to get my artwork out there. And that's what I'm really appreciative for, that, because she's given me a venue to get my artwork out there.
Stop it.
No.
Stop it.
No. Nope. Nope. I'm going to teach you.
You know what? And I think that's what's really awesome about the comic community is that we are able to support one another and really, broaden out the going this little circle that we have. We're slowly branching out, and as we branch out, it causes more branches, and then those flower and bloom. I am ignoring you because I can come over there. You're just around the corner, like literally. It's like 6 steps away.
It's like the Brady Bunch. Here's the story.
That's why I'm in the same room with her right now.
This is what we do.
Yeah, I see you guys see when I'm on the shows and I'm like more quiet and sweet. No, we get together and we're just trouble. So
hey, that's the best part. I was like, heck yeah, we're going live tonight. This is going to be a raging dumpster fire in a flood, with a tornado and a few earthquakes. It's all good. We'll end it with a volcano. Hey, wait a minute. Why is only one camera shaking? I thought you were only a few rooms apart.
Yeah. I'm really scared.
We're isolated.
Like, yeah.
I got a little worried. I was thinking maybe it was chilly night or something, that's what people keep commenting on too. It's really funny for the Comic Unity cover for Sirenus is asking why do they have such a frown on their face? And I said, well, it's really a bad thing when you're at bubble butt level and chilly night coincides with the show. And so,
Thank you, Steph.
Oh my goodness.
Might as well be the best part of a show. That's right, Jack. That's all right, though. Steph's on the list. Now Phil's the first one to get tased. I think Steph's going to be the next one that gets tased. I just want to know, though, if he goes down, does he see circles or stars?
Oh, it's all circles. Always circles.
Yeah, I see circles too. Yeah, circles.
Yeah. Circles.
In pairs, though. They have to be in pairs. Yeah, exactly.
I'm
coming to appreciate those circles.
Yeah. So I'm going to try to share screen this and show off some of the tattoo art that you've done.
Oh.
So if it crashes on me, I will be back on my phone because we all know how well my computer was working last night. So let's try this.
We got this.
Yeah.
I like her a little bit. We can talk.
There it is. And my memes.
Yeah. Is it showing up on your guys' end? I can't see anything but this screen. Yep, there it is. Okay, good.
We just see her whole thing. We don't see like the individual images. So like there's Smiley. And then Kobe.
And the Japanese sleeve I did, and a drawing I did of Eve. Eve and the serpent. My memes.
That's what Steph is going to look like whenever he gets tased.
Or you take his circle template away.
Yeah. How dare you touch my French curve?
So right there is the red Sonia that started off my relationship with Kristina right there.
That's the red Sonia. The famous red Sonia.
And that was years ago.
God, how many years ago was that?
I'm thinking 6.
Was it 6 years ago?
6 years ago.
Wow.
So you got some phenomenal pieces in here.
Thank you.
The details, amazing.
Thank you. And that little peacock there is Wendy's.
That's on my
Wendy's leg.
I do not suggest anyone getting a tattoo there. Just saying.
The calf really hurts.
It really hurts. But my peacock is absolutely adorable. I love my peacock.
She was fun to do.
Is that on the inside of your forearm?
No, that's on the calf.
That's my calf.
Oh, on your calf?
Yeah, that was a painful place.
Calves are really painful.
I do not recommend it.
And that's what everybody told me. And I sat there for like 8 hours and it didn't bother me at all. Everybody was just blown away. And it's really funny because, you know, some people go in there and they can't handle it. And other people go in there and it's like, okay, I can't do this.
Well, everybody's different.
I got on my back and my neck. Oh, man.
That's an owie spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was right on the knuckle of that bone at the top of your spine.
Yeah. That's a nice little spot. Yeah.
Kristina likes certain spots. She likes to spend a lot of time there. I'm just saying.
Yeah, Wendy thinks I sit there and dig at.
She does.
I don't like that spot here. Let me go on with that more. And that's not the case.
No, she absolutely does. She says, "Oh, that spot hurt. Oh, okay. Wait, let me fix it. Wait, I'm still shading. Stop wiggling. Don't make that sound. Just lay there. Just take it. Let it happen."
Well, yeah, and it sucks too, you know, when you're good at sitting still, because, you know, going into, you know, the tattoo shop when I first commissioned this piece that I had done on my calf, I was like, I want to get this done. I want to get it all lined out and I want it this big. And, you know, I want to do it in one session and then come back and get the color done. And they're like, yeah, no, we'll probably break it up into like 3 or 4 sessions. And I'm like, why? And they're like, oh, you know, because most people can't sit that long. I'm like, no, I'm cool. They're like, oh, no. Well, I'm like, well, how about this? We just schedule a whole day and you tentatively schedule someone else because they really weren't that busy at the time. And we'll see how it goes. And so we got in there and they're like, are you sure you want to do this? This is really going to hurt. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure, you know, let's do it. So we ended up doing all of the werewolf, fleshing everything out on there, and the clouds and the if it'll come up. Did it come up? Yeah, there it goes. And the clouds and the moon. And we did all the line work for this side of it. They did the tree and the mountains and the houses, and the pictures don't do it justice. And it held color tremendously. So we did all the line work for all of this, and they're just like, there's something wrong with you. And because I'm like, in there going early. And so I love how it turned out. You know, we went back and we did the color, and then it's really funny. I had 2 in the same day. So they did all the color on that one. And then I got my Vampirella piece all in the same day. They're like, are you sure you want to do 2? And I'm like, yep, let's do it. You know, because I don't like, you know, taking off multiple days and going in and getting stuff done. And, you know, I don't have a problem sitting for it. But my wife went in and got one done in the same spot on the calf that you did. Of Roderick and Adriana. It's a heart on one side with the heart line, you know, for Roderick, and then the other side's a heart with crystals for Adriana, and then it's got 2 different colors, and it's got their initials, and then our anniversary date in the middle where the hearts overlap, and it's really cool. Yeah, we were like 5 minutes in. She's like, "Nope, I'm done." I'm like, "Hey, look, you know, you're gonna have to. I already paid for it. Come on, don't." Yeah, it's tricky business.
Normal reaction.
The calf is it's painful.
So that being said, what is the craziest these are the answers I love when I talk to tattoo artists. What is the craziest thing you have ever had happen when you were tattooing somebody, besides them dragging you into the shark pool of the comic world?
I haven't had really a lot of crazy things. I mean, you'd expect there'd be a lot of crazy things, but there's not a lot of crazy things. But I did have a crazy client / friend of mine. He was drunk one night, and he drunk texted me that he wanted to do Skittles downstairs. And I said, let me guess, you want the women to taste the rainbow. Yeah, I got it. And he goes, yeah, we'll do it. It'll be great. And I said, oh, sure, fine, we'll do it. And he goes, okay, well, how much are you going to charge? I said, well, one, there's a handling fee, and that's $300. And then on top of that will be the price of the tattoo. Needless to say, he backed out.
The handling fee. Is that even proper termage for that area? The handling fee?
It is mine. I ain't gonna handle anybody's junk for anything less than $300.
Yeah, and it's all good, Danny. It was just side boob. We're good. There's some behind Wendy too, so just keep your eyes peeled. We've hidden side boob all throughout this live feed.
No, I don't have a butt tattoo. Nope. Oh my goodness. Yes.
Lewis,
now wait a minute. If we get the portrait of Steph and CB, is one of them going to have the I Heart LT tattooed on their butt?
I'll bring out my circle template.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man, these comments are great tonight. Let's see. I like this girl. She just said, "Take it."
You'd say that.
Oh yeah. I always say that when I'm tattooing. Just shut up and take it.
She does not tattoo like a lady. That's all I have to say.
I do too. I do.
When you have to wipe the skin that 575,000th time, that is not gentle. Because I watch you when you're not tattooing me, and I'm like, oh, I know what that feels like.
Man, that is my favorite part. I love the smell of the green soap. That is my favorite part about getting tattooed. When they spray that on that cloth and I feel that cold and I smell that green soap, I'm just like, oh, it's like heaven. That is the greatest smell on earth. I don't know why. I know it sounds crazy, but I could literally just use that to deodorize my house. Just have green soap everywhere. I love it.
That and the alcohol.
Yeah. Sure, why not?
Yeah, it is cheap. $300 is cheap to handle something junk. But that's only a handling fee. Then you have to put the fee from the tattoo on top of that. Tramp stamp.
Oh, this show's officially gone off the rails tonight.
That's the best way.
We have to
And I love it.
We haven't done our job.
Success.
Success. Hang our hat proud tonight.
But you know what? I think that's why Christine and I have been hesitant about blowing up the internet, because we get together our internet.
Blow up the internet.
Well,
Hey, what better way to blow it up than on Russ Explode Studios? I mean, we do blow minds here, so I mean,
There we go.
This was his debut. Sure.
That's right.
Meant to be.
Russ Explode Studios.
Oh no! Oh, there you go. Okay, you unfroze. You froze for a second and then you came back.
No, I wasn't freezing. I was doing this.
Yeah. See,
He was flashing.
flashing is side boob.
See, there you go. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's
And no, it doesn't come with a happy ending, Danny. So don't even ask.
No. Not when I start up that machine, it won't be happy.
No.
Yeah, they won't be thinking friends with benefits once that machine hits skin.
No, it's
So
funny.
as far as, Naughty Fairy Stripper Assassin goes, you've done covers for those. Have you branched out to any other books or any other creators since venturing into the comic world, or has it solely just been for Naughty Fairies
Right
and
now,
your own?
So far, it's just been with Naughty Fairies.
Yeah, it's not exclusive. You can reach out to Kristina.
I'll charge you that link fee.
You have exclusive rights. Sure.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh man, this is off the rails.
It's getting hot in here now. Oh my
All right, everybody, we need to cool down. Hold on here. Let's see where.
Myself is giving myself a blowjob. Whoa. Sorry about that. It just went black.
Just go back to boobs.
Stuff with circle templates.
And I love the gold hoops. The gold hoops are just such a great addition to the piece. Because of the Steph's like, I had to do 57 commissions just to be able to buy these. I'm going to show them off. Look at these big old hoops.
And the look on his face. Pride. That's pride.
It is.
I think Steph ran away. I don't think he's watching anymore.
Wow.
They're getting
Man.
too early.
That turd. He's probably blowing up my feed with stuff. So, I do want to show, I don't know if you've seen it or not, Christina, but, here's some of the proud work of, Miss Wendy here for my Xeno Nanite Titan that'll be releasing soon. So, I really appreciate the
Stop
fact. Stop pinching his butt. It's inappropriate. And then here's the full-fledged piece.
That is
an awesome image.
I had so much fun with
Yeah. Oh, and it was. And Christina, you know what the best part is so Wendy sends this to me to begin with, and there's just a small proportion of explosions in the background, and she's like, well, how does this look? And I'm like, I really love it. It looks great. I'm like, but could we add a little more explosions to it? She's like, really? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, squeeze. She's like, I love explosions. I'm like, me too. It's Russ Explode Studios. Come on, blow that shit up. And so she's like, yeah, we're going to do this. And it's going to be awesome. There's going to be tons of explosions. So she sends it back, and it's just like nothing but explosions in the background. And I'm like, I love it. It's freaking awesome. It's great. And she's like, I had so much fun doing this. Thanks so much for letting me do explosions. I'm like, oh, don't worry. We're doing a piece for book 2 too.
Yay!
It's going to be like double the explosions. Like, it's going to be nothing but explosions. Just one giant explosion. You're not going to see anything but like parts and explosions.
Yeah, I'll just start on it now because it's going to take a year to get it all set up.
All those little explosions.
All the explosions. They're the best.
I mean, we can fit Raziel's face in there somewhere. Just be like a face looking out through, and it's just nothing but explosions. It's like a freaking vortex of flame and explosions. The pants have been off. Like, what are you talking about, Danny? This is Russ Explode Studios. Hold on a second. You can't see it. Hold on. Let me adjust. Right there. This is a no pants zone. $500 fine.
And a $300 handling fee.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, a $300 handling fee. So
you gotta make sure you have that handling fee.
Yep. And Danny signed off on it and said it was fair, so we're good.
door knockers like that's 1996. Well, they had to recycle them for something. That's what they call upcycling. All the millennials do it these days. So
Upcycle, yep.
Yeah.
Am I trying to be the next Michael Bay? No, I just love explosions. So here's a little bit of backstory. So for some of you guys that are kind of newer to the show, I don't talk about it very often, but that was what I went to school for. So the Russ Explode thing has been my thing since like 1996, 97, something like that. And so back when I was in, school, heck, I think it was junior high probably. So it's been a while. Yeah, it sucks. It makes me feel really old. But so I that was my big thing. I was like, what kind of cool game tag can I come up with when I'm playing online? So I was like, oh, Russ Explode. That sounds cool because I love to blow stuff up. So that's all I do is like, video games. If there's like massive amounts of explosions that can take place in it, like Grand Theft Auto. Who knew that game has a story? I just unlocked the cheat code for the Rhino tank and just start driving around and blowing everything up. I'm like, yeah. I mean, at one point in time, I had a pile of police cars almost the size of a skyscraper just because I was just blowing them up and then like pushing them into a big giant pile. And that's what I do. So, and it followed me. So through school, that's what I decided I wanted to do. I wanted to go into mining engineering with explosives emphasis. And so I did blasting for a while. When I went to college, I took a year-long class with Premier Pyrotechnics to do to learn how to and get a license to do professional fireworks. And so it sucks. Right at the time that I went to school for that, the ATF, alcohol, tobacco, and firearms, became the ATFE, alcohol, firearm, tobacco, alcohol, tobacco, firearms, and explosives. So guess what? I was 18 and you had to be 21 to get an ATFE license. And so I paid all that money, went through that class, and they're like, well, you did really good and we're really sorry, but we can't issue your permit to be able to do this. And so I was devastated. I was like, this sucks. So, I still went ahead and I went on with the mining engineering with explosives emphasis. And I did blasting for a while. And then I love blowing stuff up. That's like my favorite thing to do. And that intro video that everybody sees when this starts up, that was 4th of July this year. I did that. So, yeah. So that every year, that is our thing on 4th of July. Everybody looks forward to whatever crazy thing I'm going to blow up next. And so, fast forward, like you said, in 07, around here, right about mid 08, it got really bad here because 07 was when the economy kind of tanked. 08 was when it was like, all right, things really suck now. Well, I bought a house June 3rd of 2008, this house, and June 8th, I got laid off.
Oh.
And so we were working like 6 or 7 hours a week. And I'm like, man, what am I going to do? Well, I had a CDL from hauling the heavy equipment. Plus I drove a tanker with high explosives because we used liquid gas emulsion and just standard emulsion. And we also had bulk trucks for ANFO, which is ammonium nitrate fuel oil. And so whenever I had my CDL through that, I was like, oh, I'll just get a driving job. And they pay really good. At the time, they were paying really good. So that's what I went on and I worked for Brinks. And then I went on to another truck service because I was like, you know what? We got married. We were going to start a family. I'm like, I don't want to put my life on the line every day going out there and somebody shoot me over, the $500 I just picked up at a gas station. And so I went on and I started doing what I do now. I haul bulk oil. and deliver to dealerships and stuff. So, it kind of stuck with me throughout all the years, like PlayStation and Xbox and everything. Rust Explode is my thing. And so whenever February rolled around and I'm like, all right, this is it. I'm doing it. I'm pushing my book. I'm writing it. I'm starting a studio. I'm like, what am I going to call the studio? I'm like, man, I've never really thought this far ahead. And I'm like, Rust Explode Studios. That sounds awesome. And so I'm like, that was the first thing I did. I was like, I got on, I downloaded an app to be able to make my own graphic. And so I was like, it's nothing but explosions in the background. It's freaking awesome. I love it. And so, yeah, so that's everything of mine has a purpose, like the Books with Heart part is a throwback to my son because of his open heart surgeries and stuff. And, so everything I do kind of has like a little bit of a purpose to it. Like people are like, how did you come up with that? I'm like, oh, there's a story for that. And I have lots of them, so I don't want to bore everybody too much, but that was just a fun reason about why I was so excited about the explosives. And that, that's what Wendy and I started talking about was, I was like, oh yeah, I love explosions. I used to do blasting and stuff. And she's like, really? I was like, yeah, I'll have to send you some videos because I've demoed buildings, all kinds of stuff. It was a blast, literally.
That is awesome.
So thanks, Jack, for derailing me onto one of my nice long tangents. But no, I'm not trying to be the next Michael Bay. I just freaking love explosions, man. I could literally just watch stuff blow up all day long, and I would be in heaven. It was even better when I got paid to do it. I mean, so let's see. Sorry, we missed a bunch of comments here. It's cost me $1,000 to sit around right now. It's that $300 handling fee and the $500 no pants fee. There's nothing like a good controlled explosion. Well, man, that wasn't always the case. I went on some shots with some other people, and let's just say we've knocked the power out of a whole town a few times. Yeah, we had it. So Potosi here in Missouri, there's lead belt number 2. We're in this D12 dozer bucket, and we're like almost a mile away from the shot, and we're in the bucket, and we're getting ready to push the button, and we're like, fire in the hole. And we sounded the three horns, and we're like, fire in the hole. And we held the charge button, and we hit the fire. And, of course, we're in this freaking D12 dozer bucket, but we're all got our heads out looking like, oh, hey, look, it's getting ready to blow up. And it was a perfect shot. So what happens is it's all timed out to where the front blasts, and then it times in a zigzag pattern across the shot to where as the front starts to fall, the stuff behind it has a place to give way. So it was beautiful. The front kind of started to fall away and everything started to go. And then this one rock, and it was probably the size of a cantaloupe. And we're like, boom, right through a telephone pole. It sheared it right through the middle. And it was like the whole town went out with power. And we're like, I was like, I didn't do that.
Time to go.
Yeah.
Back in the bucket.
Back in the bucket.
Yeah, back in the bucket. Oh, we've had one time where the sky went dark. Literally, there was so much it was in Kane, Illinois. We were at there's a quarry out there, and it was one of the same things. And this place is really cool. And you had to be really worried when you shot because they had geodes, natural geodes, the size of watermelons and cantaloupes. And they were gorgeous. We would see them laying all over where a dozer would run over one and it would be open. And just the crystal formations on the inside were awesome. But we had one incident there where there was a bunch of loose underneath and we didn't know it. And we used gas emulsion, which what gas emulsion does is it minimizes the amount of explosives you have to use. And you would load it down 15 feet. And it would rise to where it was 6 foot from the top, and then you would stem the last 6 feet to hold it in. Well, it was 115 degrees out this day, and so you had to balance your chemicals because on a hot day it could cause it to grow more, and it grew through the stemming. We could see it bubbling out of the holes, and we're like, "Oh shit, we better just hurry up and finish this and shoot." And when we did, I'm not kidding you, we were in the dozer bucket and it was detached from the dozer. So it's just sitting out in the middle of this quarry. We're in this dozer. It lifted us up off the ground like 3 or 4 inches, and it moved us like 3 or 4 feet, and it went pitch black. I mean, everywhere. And I'm like, hey, this is how I'm gonna die. At least I went out with a bang. You know. So I mean, I've seen some crazy stuff. We disarmed anti-tank mines, you know, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I self-detonate all the time. I write stuff. Well, yeah, we're gonna make that book blow up, Ed. That's right.
Emotional bond has been made.
And Jack says you're very welcome for derailing. He may have gotten paid to do the explosion before, but now you can destroy whatever you want with the explosion. Exactly. That's what's the best part about stories, man. And that's what's been fun about doing the pieces with people, you know. And I definitely want to hit you up, Kristina, for a future book. Get out. And don't say cantaloupe too many times. Steph is going to show up with this. Oh, this is great. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, stuff. Did the Steve? Yeah, did I do that? No, luckily that was somebody else's shot. Thank God. I was just a powder monkey that day. I was hauling the bags of explosives up and down the hill. So thank God it wasn't my deal. It was somebody else's problem. We had one when we were doing the professional fireworks show. I'm sorry, I don't mean to derail. This is another really funny story. So we got this job to do through the college. It was it's Missouri S&T. Before it was the University of Missouri Rolla, UMR. And so they did shots and stuff for people, you know, to make money on the side for donations and stuff for, you know, when they did high school tours, they would bring kids in for the Jacqueline Institute. So if like you were a junior or a senior and you had really high grades and you wanted to attend UMR, they would say, okay, come your junior year through the summer to the Jacqueline Institute. And so this was the kind of things they did to show off, you know, the stuff that they did. Well, they had this graduation party out at this farm out in the middle of nowhere. Uh-oh. And so they set up all these tubes. And when you do professional fireworks, you know, those little bitty 2 or 3 inch mortars you buy at the fireworks stands. Well, these are 8, 10, 12, and 16 inch mortars. I mean, the size of cantaloupes. There. Oh, I did it again, Danny. We were doing 8 inch shells that day, which I've seen one destroy a car, just so you know.
Whoa.
Yeah. Somebody else that did a show, we were watching videos in class, and it's like, here's what not to do. One of them shot through the side window of a car, and it blew up inside the car, and it just destroyed the car. It was like it got bombed. I was like, wow, that's a really bad day for somebody. Or you get the ones that hit the ground because they didn't go off, and then the guy that mows the grass runs over it, and it lifts the lawnmower off the ground. Yeah. So anyway, so the funny story is we go out to do this shoot at this graduation party, and the way they do it, if you ever see them set up for like the town, this is how they do it. They take big sheets of plywood and they set them up in a box, and they drop the size tubes that they're using in the box, and they fill it with sand. And that's how they build the mortar tubes up for when they do the shoots. Well, somehow one of them the lift charges didn't go off, and it blew up in the tube, and it blew the box apart. And so all the tubes laid out across the ground. Well, it was electronic fire. So the whole board for that box was already lit. So here, just imagine this. You're out in the middle of nowhere in the country, and there's like 100 cows in this field, and all the tubes aimed at them. And so all these mortars are like, boom, boom. The cows are running for their life, and there's all these blue explosions happening. No cows were harmed, but it was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. I mean, all these cows are like, these big blue balls of light just blowing up on the side. And I'm like, oh man, this is hilarious. This is like something you watch on YouTube. Oh, wait. Well, good night, Ed. Thanks for joining tonight, buddy.
Oh my goodness. Talk about tipping cows.
Yeah. Oh, for real. They were like trying to climb over each other and stuff. It got crazy there for a minute. But like they were like, what's going on? It's like World War III. It's utterly crazy.
No pun intended.
No pun intended. Steph Wilson, you're awfully quiet. Change some fruits. Watermelons, small ones though. But anyway, yeah, so back to what we were talking about. We were talking about art. So yeah, I mean, definitely, that's part of why I've been doing the show too, as I've been feeling out, for other artists. My goal with my book was to do, my closest artist friends and, give them a chance, because I'm writing a novel. So book 1's done. It's done at the editor. I got to finish paying for it, and then everything will be good to go. And so I wanted to get 10 of my closest artist friends and get them in on it and bring their art to a new platform. And, also bring in some of the fans into, the book world, and then bring some of the people in the book world into the comic book world, and kind of cross, make a symbiotic relationship between it. And so with each book, I'm going to try to commission, different artists. Of course, I'm going to use a couple of the same ones, but I'd like to, to bring on new ones. So I definitely, I'd like to make that happen for book 2, because basically I'm doing a trilogy. Book 1, 2, and 3, origin story of Raziel Stevens, why he becomes and how he becomes a Nanite Titan. And then eventually I plan on doing a comic book down the road. So, now you have Wendy to thank. Now somebody else is going to be pulling you into another one.
Oh, absolutely. That sounds like fun. I'd be honored.
Wait, did you just say cows with blue balls of light? What comic is that?
Danny, you're a hoot. I got this drawing in my head now.
Well, here, you know what? The reason why the cow has blue balls of light is because he didn't want to pay the $300 handling fee.
You hate it when that happens.
Yeah.
You hate it when that happens.
Don't want blue balls of light? Pay the handling fee. Oh God, that's going to be a thing. I can tell already.
There's so much for them to use during this episode. It's not even funny.
Right?
We are so screwed.
Yeah. Now we're going to see when Wendy's doing her show. And for this book, we have a Kristina, the handling fee Hagerty, on this new cover of Nice Fairy Stripper Assassin 6.
With an exploding cow on the back.
Yeah.
Blue balls of light.
Balls of light.
Oh my God, this is going to open up so much.
Yeah. I mean, and good thing Jimmy Noble's not watching. This would be a totally rad adventure comic like tomorrow. It'd already be released. Kickstarter would be done. It'd be already on Indiegogo for its second after campaign. Steph Wilson would have 35 covers for it.
That could still happen.
I was just going to say that still can happen.
All you have to do is tag Jim. Let him know. Hey, Jim, we're on.
Here you go. Here's a comic book for you.
Yeah. Cows, blue balls of light, explosion, $300 handling fees.
Oh my.
And we're going to throw in some earthquakes there somewhere and be like, whoa. 35 rookie numbers.
And a special bonus of a volcano just for Wendy.
Yeah, just for Wendy. It's a volcano. And we got to make sure, though. So there's got to be lots of fire. There's got to be feathers. There's got to be a monorail. There's got to be chain link, wood grain, and flowing red hair. Just lots of flowing red hair for the stuff variants. I mean, that's a must. And by feathers, I mean hundreds.
Eyelets. We need more eyelets, Kristina.
Oh, God, eyelets.
I feel like there's a story here. I need to be told.
Go ahead, Wendy, tell that story.
So if you have my my Lady Death tattoo piece, on that piece, there are, I don't even want to know how many eyelets. There are so many eyelets because her corset's laced. She's got the eyelets on her wristbands. They're just, it's everywhere. And so Kristina was
sorry, didn't get out with a comment.
That's a good one. I like that.
Sorry.
Annie, you're gonna kill me. I swear to God.
So poor Kristina, she had to draw the eyelets, one in the initial in her what's it, not your template, your stencil. In the stencil, and then she had to draw it again when she was tattooing and lining, and then she had to go back over it because then she was adding color, and then she ended up having to do these things like 8 times by the time we were finished. So I just mentioned eyelets, and she's just like, I hate you, stop it, we're not doing any eyelets. And then so I had the eyelets, but Bill had all the scales for the chainmail. So she had to do all the ringlets and the scales on that.
Ivy?
Oh,
all the leaves on ivy. Oh my God.
So, but the eyelets were the
he almost kicked me in the head. Okay, so here's a funny story. So I'm tattooing Bill, and I'm tattooing his other calf. We did Red Sony on the other one. I'm doing Poison Ivy on the other. And I'm like in this position where I'm like leaning and tattooing like this. Well, I just move my head up and I feel this whoosh by my hair. It was so close that my hair went like this. And I'm like, look, and his other leg had come by my head by like this much. And I went, whoa. He goes, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. And I said, sure, kick your tattoo artist in the head while she's still tattooing you. Not a good idea.
No, not at all.
So that's like an ongoing joke all the time now. Every time I tattoo him, it's like, don't kick me in the head. I mean, he missed, like I said, he missed me by like this. I just moved my head and whoosh right by my head.
I don't kick you. I just start wiggling.
That or you fall asleep.
Well, I fell asleep during the Lady Death piece. That
Was
guy
it
piece.
that one or was it red, white,
No,
red?
it was that one because I thought, oh, if I can fall asleep during the outlining, I can do anything, right? Yeah, no, not so much.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me drop.
Yeah, tattoos are funny that way. It's like you think, oh, this will be good. This will be good. Oh no. Oh wow. What's that?
You know, I've only, out of all the pieces that have been done, I've got a little 0 from Nightmare Before Christmas. That's down by my ankle. It's on the top of my foot at the, like where my foot and my ankle come together, that spot. That was the most amazing spot that I've ever had tattooed because I was just like, oh, that is, you can just stay there all day. She's like, no, I have to move. I'm like, no, just figure out.
Yeah. Tattoos don't work that way.
I apologize for that. I was trying to bring that photo up and I turned the mic and the camera off and somehow we were still getting feedback. I apologize for that. everybody.
No, I didn't hear it here. You must have only got it on your end because it wasn't on my end.
Oh yeah, I went crazy over here. I'm sure everybody else in the audience heard it. It went cuckoo. I'm like, all I want to do is put this picture up. I'm like, go away, go away.
Lady Death doesn't want to be seen.
Apparently, he's like, how dare you talk about my island?
Yeah, she has lots of islands. Lots of,
oh my God, so many.
It feels like she just goes in one, like she's just gouging in one place for like 5 minutes, and she goes, "Are you having fun yet?" And I'm like, "No, no. Can you move? Find a new place."
She exaggerates. I don't do that.
We play the guess how many needles are in this one.
We do that game. We do that one.
I hate the shading. I can sit through the lines really well. And I think Kristina will agree. I can do lines no problem. You pull out that shader and I want to like just die. It is horrible. But I have fibromyalgia, so the fact that I can even sit through the lines is pretty amazing.
Yeah. And she with the Lady Death, she sat so good.
Because I was
like, you almost fell asleep. Well, you did fall asleep.
I was asleep. That was great.
You did fall asleep because you twitched. I went, hello.
Yeah,
I wasn't tattooing you.
You wiped me with the green soap.
Yeah.
And it woke me up because it was cold, and I was just like, "What the hell are you doing?" You're like, "Hello, did I wake you from your nap?" I'm like, yeah."
Sorry.
I'm gonna put the cold stuff on.
Yeah, when you got worried, she had this wet feeling. She's like, "Oh my gosh, should I pee on myself?" It's like those CT scans. That's the worst feeling in the world when you go in on that CT and they're like, "Oh, you might feel warm all over." It's like they don't warn you the first time when you go in. Did you feel like you peed yourself? And so I'm like laying there the first time I had one, and I'm like, "Oh my God!" I'm like, I didn't. And so you think you would get used to it, and I've only had like 13 of them this year, and it's like every time it's still just as bad as the first. I'm like, I hate that feeling. So I can totally understand that you're asleep, and all of a sudden you feel this wet feeling. You're like, what is happening?
I jumped, and she goes, "Thank God I didn't have the machine on you right there, because that would have really messed up your line." So I was like,
"Yeah, that would have been bad."
Because she was wiping, so that it was the wipe, and she had the tattoo machine, away from it. So I was thankful.
Yeah, 2 things you don't want to hear your tattoo artist say. Oops, and I can fix that.
We're fine. We're fine. No big deal.
It's okay. I'm very professional.
I'm trying to pull up this lady.
Okay. We'll sit really still.
Oh, you're fine. So we talked about, the tattoo art for a little while. So what's your story about the book that you showed off a little bit ago?
It's like a...
if you want to show it off for people that weren't here earlier.
Open it. It is... This is the inside. This is the actual story. Can you see? It's called Memory Lane. This book is like, I don't know how to actually describe it. It's like a series of short stories. It's like it has different strange stories. It's almost, I'm trying to think of what it's like. If you guys ever heard of Amazing Stories by Steven Spielberg, he had like a little mini series. It was like all these kind of cool stories, strange stories, all put together in one. It's kind of like that. It's like a series of just heartwarming stories, strange stories, unexpected stories. How else would you describe it, Wendy? What do you think?
I would say it's like it's almost like the start of an anthology. So instead of having an anthology, because this is just one story, your abstractions of the soul is the process of each story individually, like vignettes or vignettes. Is that, I don't even know the right word for it. Vignette?
Sounds good to me. Yes, we shall use that.
Well, there he is.
Look at those chains.
Oh, the chains.
And the eyelets in her neck. And that's another Dawn. That's a Dawn piece.
Yeah, that's Dawn McTagg.
Yeah.
So the armor, and we did that. We did that all at once.
No.
Or was it 2 sessions?
It was that, yeah, that was definitely two sessions. We did all the shade, the lining and the shading, the black shading and everything, and then we came back for the color. The last session was shorter.
I have a picture with Brian Polito. Brian is down there with my tattoo, and it was like the day before it got colored because I went the next day. Oh my gosh, blue light bulbs. It's gonna be blue light bulbs forever. Yeah, but Kristina's book is like it's an individual story, and eventually Abstractions of the Soul. There it is. Yeah, Abstractions of the Soul, Volume 1. When you get it all together, will become like its own trade. So it's just the start of that. So each story eventually, and they're all individual. So there's nothing that connects one to another or anything like that. They're all standalone stories.
And you had mentioned earlier too that that's available on your Etsy store, correct?
It is. It's on my Etsy store, so you can get it there.
And if you guys didn't see the Etsy store link, it is in the top of the video feed. I will go ahead and I will slap it in the comments as well. So Kristina's book is available on Wendy's Etsy.
Yeah. And then, and that's just at Naughty Fairies. So if you go to Etsy, you can search for Naughty Fairies and the store will come up.
Naughty Fairies are everywhere.
It's Naughty Fairies everywhere. You can never have too many Naughty Fairies.
It's
and
impossible.
They're just getting naughtier and naughtier as time goes on.
I really loved it too in one of the previews that you had for Naughty Fairies 4. It was really funny, that big guy holding the canister. I was like, hey, that's my tattoo. I was like, I could say that's me. No. Yes, Lewis, that was the Lady Death tattoo that Kristina did.
Yes.
Yeah. That was my tattoo.
One of them.
One of them.
And she has Little Red Riding Hood.
Yeah, I have a Zenoscope Red Riding Hood with the big bad wolf around her neck by Dawn McTagg as well. That's on the other thigh. I have Dawn McTagg on my arm, Wonder Woman, and Kristina did a Daenerys from Game of Thrones with my bearded dragon having little wings. Not Luna. It was before Luna. She was toothless, my baby. And then I have all my little baby animal tattoos on my leg. I've got the peacock. I've got an alligator, my baby dragon, my baby bat. Squirrel. The baby was Sabine Rich's bat that she did. So I have her. I have my baby bat. I've got my baby dragon. My butterfly, the squirrel, Zero. I've got, it's like my animal leg. It's become like a sleeve without the fill-in, because we still have space. I still have a couple that I want to put on there. I just haven't decided what. I know a llama. If you guys, llama, I need
cartoon llama. A baby
really,
llama.
Yeah, a cartoon llama. I haven't found one that I've liked, and Kristina and I have just been like avoiding that one because I keep giving her other things to do. She doesn't have time to tattoo me anymore. And with COVID being young.
Yeah.
So, but I do, Steph did a baby Luna sleeping, and it is one of my favorites that Kristina is going to do as a tattoo.
It's so cute.
She's curled up sleeping, and she's got a smile on her face. And then there's a thought bubble where she's dreaming, and in the thought bubble, she has wings and she's a mighty dragon.
It's so cute.
We joke about Luna becoming a mighty dragon. And
she
then
never wakes up.
she doesn't wake up. Luna's back in hibernation right now. She went early because I was like, no, it's not time. I swear, she's only awake 3 months out of the entire year. She just like, I'm good. I'll just sleep.
Have you all heard the joke of the lady with wanted the bra tattooed on her? No.
We have to wait for it.
That, draw a llama stuff.
Oh, I love Dawn. I've known Dawn.
Awesome. She is such an inspiration.
She is. If I can, I keep asking her, can we get a Naughty Fairy cover? Can we get a Naughty Fairy cover? And I know she's so busy. Maybe someday I will get a cover from Dawn. I have original art from Dawn. She's done the Aquaman that she did, that she has a print of. That was a commission that she did for us, and we have the original. And the I have the X-23 that she did. That is just absolutely beautiful.
And I have a print of that. Is awesome.
Yeah. And then I've got a Harley that she's done, a Wonder Woman that she's done. I've got a few pieces that Dawn has done for us, but not a cover yet. So hopefully, I really want to do a cover.
I would love to see that.
Yeah, her work is amazing. But I had talked to her because I met her at C2E2 last year, and I got some of my pieces that I have of her signed, and bought some stuff from her at her booth, and I started watching her online. I was like, hey, are you doing commissions for anything? And she's like, no, my commission list is closed right now. It's like I'm 3 years behind. And I was like, what?
I know.
I was
I
like,
keep asking
amazing.
on the list. Just put me on the list. I will wait the 3 years if need be. And she was like, no, I'm not doing that to you. So hopefully Wendy.
She's amazing.
Yeah, she is
an inspiration.
I know. She was with Kristina doing all the Dawn tattoos on me. That's how she was introduced to Dawn's artwork, was through the tattoo pieces. So she's been able to, I've been fortunate enough because I met Dawn when she was starting out at WonderCon in I don't even know what year that was. And I was with, that was when she was with Ebass and JP Roth and Dawn were that was before Ebass was at that table. But, I've watched Dawn grow and evolve over the years, and it's just fantastic. Her artwork just keeps, each piece is just better and better. She's amazing.
So I'm going to show off some of the pieces that Wendy had done. These are the pieces that she had sent me yesterday. I didn't have time to upload everything on there because unfortunately, StreamYard only allows you to upload one at a time.
Yeah. It takes a while. So that was the lines for the Naughty Fairy Stripper Assassin Book 1.
Yeah.
It was the first piece that she had done. Kristina did a great job on that one.
My first introductory into comic book.
That's Bill's Lady Death tattoo. He's got that up on his shoulder. Kristina did that. I mean, I think that piece came out in 2 days. It wasn't even 2 days. Bill had that tattooed immediately after that book was released. That's my shoulder tattoo. Another Dawn piece. She did that as a sketch in somebody's drawn book in her. I think it was one of the art books that she had. And that was the piece. And I was just like, that's the tattoo. That's the one I want.
Yeah, that Wonder Woman she did a week or two ago that she just finished up was phenomenal. The reds in it were amazing.
Yes. That's Bill's White Rabbit. He's got like a bad girl theme going. He's got White Rabbit, Catwoman that Ryan Kincaid did. And then I think there's a Harley Quinn on there. And who's the other one, Kristina?
Isn't that's the Ivy leg? So it's an Ivy on there. Yeah.
So that's the black and white of Naughty Fairy Stripper Assassin Book 2. I think you have the if you look at the table, Kristina, that's the colored with the remark that she had done.
Oh yeah, I remember that now. I forgot about that.
This was Naughty Fairy Stripper Assassin Book 3, and that was the animated one where the feathers moved. I wish I could get the book to do that.
That would be cool.
That'd be awesome.
So this is a Naughty Fairy Stripper Assassin Book 4. This was the nice version, and Kristina has the original that she hand colored. So this one was colored by Kylie Knight. So there's the original. There's the Catwoman. The Catwoman was based on Ryan Kincaid's art piece, and that was really cool because Ryan and I actually did a trade, and he did the artwork for me, and then we actually have his Catwoman banner, his show banner that we've had for a while now. It's pretty cool.
See, right on the corner. See the uniform.
We were talking. If you look at the bottom in the corner, there's a little farting out a rainbow. And I could not, when I sent you the picture, I couldn't remember seeing it. She goes, "No, it's there." And I'm like, "I don't remember seeing it, but there it is."
Yep.
So Danny got the punchline of the joke. He said, a girl comes home and shows her roommate she got underwear tattooed on her so she never has to put on underwear again. So her roommate thought it was a great idea and asked her how much it cost, and she said nothing. So the roommate goes down to the tattoo shop to get the bra tattooed on. I don't know. I don't know if we're missing something or I got lost. I don't know.
Wasn't there a question mark at the end of that?
No, it has 3 dots, so I don't know if he's typing out the rest of it or.
Okay. Well, we'll wait. We'll wait and see.
And I've seen that piece a few times tonight when you were blowing yourself.
That's been smart.
Don't be a hater. Don't be a hater.
All right, here we go. So here's the rest of it. When she tells the guy she wants the bra, he tells her $500. She replies, $500? But you did my roommate's underwear for free. He replied, oh, because she let me go in on that one for free too.
That's funny.
No handling fee there.
So whose piece is this one, Wendy? Or is this just a...
Bill has that one. That one's actually on the inside of his arm. And it was really cute because he posted that. And like, I don't know, 20 minutes later, somebody goes, oh, that's really cool. You know, is that on the outside of your, or is that on your leg? Like on your leg or something? And Bill goes, that's so cute that you think it's on my leg because it was on his bicep, on the inside of his bicep.
Yeah, it was like right here.
Yeah. It was a sensitive spot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And this was Kobe. This one was a tribute piece like right after he passed.
Yeah. It was like a couple of days after he passed. A client of mine called me and said, I want to do this. And I said, cool, when do you want to do it? And he came in like 2 days later.
Yeah, that's detailed on that. It's phenomenal. It's really hard to find artists that can do that kind of detailed work or that will even attempt to do that.
Yeah, it's detail. It's like that's in my DNA. I cannot not do detail. Somebody go,
Well,
no,
now I know who, when I
And
get
I'm
my Vampirella tattoo, who I'm going to go with.
That'd be awesome. Would love to do it.
That's my girl.
That's just beautiful. And these sketches, Kristina, you did these quite a while ago, right? I would say within the last, like maybe, 10 years maybe?
Yeah.
Some of them are even longer.
Yeah, so between 10 and 12. Yeah, because I was doing this. I was doing those in my apprenticeship days. The one thing that taught me as far as drawing goes, because I could always draw. I've drawn all my life. Oh, sneak peeks. Been drawing all my life, and there's things that I didn't. It's like it was boring for me to do. It's like hair. Hair is so tedious to draw, but it's so important because it's the little things that make the piece. And that's one thing that my apprenticeship taught me was the discipline to do the tedious details, because that's what makes the piece. And I was doing like a portrait a day.
Yeah.
I have so many portraits that I've done.
We're back.
Yay.
The virtual.
Let's do a wave. Russell, start us out. Wave. A cyber wave.
There you go.
That was awesome.
Hey, so Lewis loves the Elvis piece. You want to hold that up for him again?
Yeah. She
Here,
will.
Lewis, you can get an actual look at the actual piece instead of just a picture of it.
Let me find it.
I know you have it.
It's mixed up. Hold on. I'll find it. It's here.
Yeah, what's really cool is at Kristina's shop, where her workstation is, she has a bunch of different types of art and different mediums. And so she had the Angelina, I think it was Angelina Jolie, that was up at the time up on her workstation, and that's what Bill saw, and he said, "That's it. That's why I have to do that."
Oh,
Yeah.
I think he looked in my book. It was in my book.
Was that where it was?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Don't listen to me. Never mind.
So that's Elvis.
And
Yeah, Lewis says that's badass.
Thank you, Lewis.
hey, if all else fails, Wendy, we'll just blame Steph. It's that some of the timers, it must be rubbing off on all of us.
It's Steph's fault.
It's all Steph's fault.
Poor Steph.
Well, when Steph messes up, he blames it on the colorist. So somebody's got to blame something on him, right?
I love Steve. He's wonderful. He said him and Carrie Ann are just amazing humans. I just adore them.
They
Yes,
are.
they are. Yes, they are. Beautiful souls.
Yeah.
Back. It's gonna be the new thing. Exploding blue balls. I mean,
Yep, exploding blue balls on
and Danny said
Oh, thank you.
Danny said it is. It's very, very good. And it's a really rare thing to get people and find somebody that's not only willing to try to do that stuff, but somebody that's so good at it and has so many nice pieces to show. I mean, usually when you go into a tattoo shop, like even around here, we've went to a bunch of them. That werewolf tattoo that I showed off earlier that I carried that with me for a good 12 years before I finally got that piece. So like you cannot find the artwork for that anywhere. I knew somebody that drew that up, and I was like, I love that. I want to get that tattooed someday. Can I have a digital copy of that? Do you mind? And they're like, no problem. So I had it saved on my computer. Well, then I got the iPhone when the first iPhone came out, and it went on my iPhone. Well, then it went to the 3, and then to the 4, and then to the 5, and then to the 6, and then to the 8. And it wasn't until I got the 8 plus that I finally got that done. And it was like the most exciting day ever. And that was a story, let me tell you. So I got the line art done, and that tattoo artist quit.
Oh my God.
So I had it scheduled later that year to go back for the color, and they quit. And so I was like, this piece is never going to get done. So if you see the pictures of me at C2E2 last year, it wasn't color because that tattoo artist quit and had stuff going on in their life. And they're like, I don't think I'm going to do this anymore. And I'm like, well, I guess it's going to be black and white forever, because I just don't see somebody else going back and doing the color on it and being able to have the same mindset that where they were originally going with the piece. And so luckily they came back and they're like, hey, I'm working again. I'm hitting up people. I'm like, yeah, let's get it done like tomorrow, so you don't quit again.
Oh, you're so lucky. I have so many clients come in and ask me to finish up stuff that their artist was starting. And then when they go back to the shop, it's like all of a sudden they're gone. You know, there's so many people that come into the shop saying that exact same thing. Exactly.
Well, and the worst part is like around here, if you go to an artist that has somebody else's work, they won't touch it. They will not touch it. They're like, oh, you had that done by somebody else. I'm not touching it. And so that was the other issue. I'm like, you know, even if I was able to find somebody that could do that, I just don't know if they would have the same mindset.
Steph's back.
Yeah, Steph's back. Yeah, you missed it, Steph. I said cantaloupe 3 times. Then we had watermelon. And I don't know if you were here for when we made up a cool new story. So, you know, in case you missed it, the next novel is going to be about this lovely piece here, you know,
yes,
about this cross-dressing stuff, you know, and his run-in with Ruben Rosas, and how, you know, they just, you know, it's going to be great. It's going to be a fantastic novel. There's going to be somewhat of a love story in there. A few hints of certain
cows exploding blue balls.
Yeah, some exploding blue balls, cows running, you know. But we'll leave that for the colorist, as stuff says.
Oh my God.
Jack comes back and says, we all thought you left because you were making a cow with exploding blue light balls.
Oh my goodness.
Let's see, there's where you're wrong. It is done.
It's done.
And it'll be coming out soon. So everybody needs to check it out, man. So to somewhat touch on that, what I was talking about earlier, I got flooded with questions. So for anybody that's watching, anybody that comes back and watches, the date may vary. Everything's ready to go. I got to get the stretch goals uploaded. So right now I have ran into an issue with, I don't know what's going on with the last piece of art. So that being said, that's a little bit why everybody's asking me and I'm not giving a straight answer. I want this project to be completely done. I want it to be 100% in the bag. You're backing a project that it will, as soon as it's printed, and if we reach the stretch goal and we do the Xenonanite Titan World Tour and I go to each one of the artists and get the book signed, you know, that's going to be I want that to be the only thing we have to wait on before everything gets sent out. And of course, if people don't want signatures, then their stuff can get sent out. But, you know, so the date, I'm looking at mid-October to mid-November. At any time in between there, once I have everything in my hand, and I know people will be like, oh, well, you know you're going to get it, and if not, you can find somebody else to do it. I don't want to have to deal with doing all that. I'm like a completionist. I like things to be done. That way I don't have to worry about XYZ not doing their part on their end. I want everything in hand. And I'm weird like that. And I know some other people are too. You know, some people don't feel comfortable backing a project that has what ifs lingering out there. So this is kind of my way of saying everything's done. The story's done. The art's done. It's all awesome. It's all great. Back it, get it, read it, get ready for book 2. It's coming. So unfortunately, I've quit writing because my whole right arm is numb and I've been having the pain in my hand. I'm really hoping tomorrow. I got MRI at 3:00 that they get something figured out, get this taken care of because it's affected book 2. But just know it's coming. Book 3. As soon as I finish book 2, book 3 is rolling out, and we're going to keep these bad boys flowing. And I'm really excited, you know. And it's great, you know, getting on and meeting talent like you guys and, you know, other creators and talking to you guys. And, you know, I'm really excited to turn this into a comic book. And, you know, it's really great to see all the things that you guys do. And it's even more so being behind the scenes and looking at all the work that goes into it. You know, it makes it easier to understand. There's a lot of work that goes into it. It's not super easy. Not that I ever thought it was super duper easy, but there's a lot of people out there like, oh, you make comic books, that's nothing. And it's like, no, there's a lot of work that goes into stuff. And there's a lot of money involved too. I mean, just like, you know, editing, it was just under $1,000, you know, for a book. It's like there's a lot of behind the scene things that you've got to pay for. And, you know, that's why when you see these independent publishers.
We lost Wendy.
Yeah, I think she had to go use the restroom or something. I don't know.
No, I'm right back.
But oh, okay, you're good.
And then now you're back. You're gone again. She fell into the darkness.
She'll be right back. So, you know, people don't understand there's a lot of behind the scene costs for indie publishers and indie creators. And so, you know, that's something I always try to say, you know, whenever you're backing books online or you see comic books or, you know, like my book, you know, yeah, you can go to Barnes and Noble and you can pick up a book for $23, $24 and take it home and read it. But, or you can go to the comic shop and get a $3.99 book. But the indie creators, you know, we have a lot of behind the scene costs and stuff that are involved in making books. You know, like Wendy, you know, she hires you and other artists to do variant covers that she has to pay up front. And then, you know, editing, and then you got to have them printed and, you know, go away. I'm getting attacked. Seth must have sent one of his attack wasps after me. So, you know, I just want people to understand too, you know, when they're out there looking at these Kickstarter campaigns. And, you know, like my book, right now it's looking at like $40 straight up just for the book. You know, it's got 10 pages of illustrated art in it. And then the art book's going to be 50 because it's going to be a larger format book, thicker paper. I'm going to get with each one of the artists and do like a full bio in it, which I think could be really cool. You know, not only will you get each piece of art from the book, but you'll be able to say, hey, you know, here's Kristina Hagerty. She's a tattoo artist. This is what she does. Here's Wendy Shaner. You know, she does the Naughty Fairy series and, you know, she does this stuff and, you know, probably needed a lot of editing. Yeah, probably. It's front numb from writing. Get out of here, stuff. So yeah, I'm taking care of those blue balls of light. That's what I said.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know what, stuff? I won't be afraid to admit it. Probably needed a lot of editing. You know what? I'm a creator. I'm not you know, a 5-star author, and I'm not afraid to say that. You know, there's probably a lot of mistakes in the book that were made, and that's why I paid for editing for it. You know, instead of just going out there and writing a book and just shoving it out there and be like, here, read this. It's an awesome story. And then having a bunch of, you know, people be like, man, this guy doesn't know how to write a book. I don't know how to write a book. You know, I didn't go to college to be a professional writer. I just like writing and telling and creating stories. And so, you know, it's something that, as being an indie creator and putting these books out and, you know, doing it over time, I will learn these things. And And that's what's nice about the indie community. These people understand, and they will be there to give you constructive criticism and give you the feedback to help you grow, instead of, like the big two, they just want to tear you down and throw you in the trash. So,
and they're to support you too. That's what's really nice. I like how everybody supports everybody. It's an awesome
oh yeah, it's great. We have a great group of people.
I am still here. I had to relocate, so I'm still trying to find a spot in the house. Well,
Uh-oh.
Christina,
have to relocate?
all I have to do is actually just go upstairs.
Well, just come up here. Come into the light, Wendy. Step into the light.
But then
Oh no! Now, not only do we have blue glowing balls, now we got a white ball that's like pulsating and getting bigger on the screen. And it's got like a little person trapped inside. It looks like an eyeball with a person in it.
That's kind of how I feel. I feel like an eyeball with a person trapped in it.
Wendy's white ball of light.
Well, you guys saw my white ball of light. It has like a ring of
We're
light.
watching it right now.
No, not right now. No, I have so many boxes downstairs. I showed Russell a video of what the house looks like with while I'm fulfilling Kickstarter, and like my banner just is not fitting anywhere.
Oh my gosh! Don't talk about a banner. You're gonna have them talking about doing a GoFundMe for a banner. They were trying to set something up last night to GoFundMe so they don't have to look at my back door anymore.
Wait, your back door? You might want to clarify that.
And if you look close enough, you might see the light blue balls dangling gently below the back door.
Oh boy.
Oh my goodness.
There, I'm still glowing, but at least.
And you're still getting the side boob, so that's good.
Hey, you're always going, Wendy. That's one thing that we can always count on, is when you're in a live video, you're always smiling, you're always happy.
I am. I'm always happy.
No, it doesn't matter if the video's going or not. This is how she is all the time. All the time.
Aw, yeah.
True.
I try to be happy.
You're always happy. You're always smiling. You're always.
Always. I try.
So after the Sirenist, what can we look forward to after, the Comic Unity? Oh, wait, hold on, that way. The Comic Unity Online Convention 2020. After that's over, do you have anything in the pipeline coming up that you can talk about?
I do. I have a couple things coming up. So right now we have Comic Unity, which is Tom Hutchinson, CB Zane, and myself. And we're doing spin-off comics. We've got the Comic-Con happening, which is super exciting. We have I already said I did. I said it earlier off camera. So thank you, backer number one.
It's really cute. It's really cute. It's like really cute. It's like those baby memes that you see the baby like going like this. That it's like that's Wendy saying the F word.
I do.
She doesn't get pissed off.
So anyway, Louis Torres with Codex Entertainment and Jim Noble with Totally Rad Life, Totally Rad Comics are both some of the sponsors for Comic Unity, along with Jesse James with Jesse James Comics. So first I wanted to make sure that we thank our sponsors for supporting the Comic Unity project. In addition, we've got those books. We've got a new book coming out on Wednesday that's dropping, and we've been teasing that for Might by by somebody really awesome. So he hasn't announced who the artist is on that piece, and it's really awesome and great that he is part of our project. So we have that happening Wednesday. Then the following Wednesday, we will have another cover drop, which most likely will be a Sireness. So be looking for that. And then the last Wednesday before the campaign ends would be a Catnip by Tom's characters. So that's very exciting. Now, that's not what you wanted to know. It's not what you wanted to know. But I wanted to make sure we talked about it.
Definitely. We need to shout it out. And for those of you, if you're watching, or for those watching back, I just popped the link into the comments. You can go check out Comic Unity. There also is a Facebook group. I'll pop that in the comments. Join in the Facebook group. You know, this is something that I do for my own page. And as part of Comic Unity, this was the thing. We wanted to share out not just, you know, the project that was going on, but to get other people involved and say, hey, bring your projects to the table. Come out here and share your stuff. Or, you know, do a panel on here and come talk about how you crowdfund or Kickstarter. So, you know, I definitely have been trying to throw that in there, you know, during these live shows, that we want to give a shout out to Comic Unity, not only for an awesome project that's ongoing right now with a lot of phenomenal artists and great creators, but it's definitely awesome. So what else do we got in the pipeline?
Okay, so once we have Comic Unity, once that convention comes to an end, I am working on a super secret project with Steph Wilson. We've been working on this for over a year, and Kristina doesn't know anything about it, so you can't to bribe her. I've kept this one so close. So that's all right. So Steph and I have done a really good job keeping this one pretty close to the cuff. So this is a project that's coming out. We're looking at November, I believe. Yes, the sponsors are giving free stuff to the backers. That is correct. But Steph and I have been working on this for a while. So we are super excited to have this come to be a reality. Then by then, I should be looking at January, and a Naughty Fairies convention number 2 will be happening. So I'm excited about another Naughty Fairies convention. More details to come on that as we get closer to that one. And then I've got Naughty Fairy Stripper Assassin 5, which is also in the works. I've already got some really awesome cover designs in the works from some new talent that I haven't worked with before, which are like, you know, your dream artists that you are like, oh, I want to work with this person so bad. Well, I got one of them, and I'm super excited. Plus, I've got returning fan favorites that are working on pieces currently. No, I'm not telling. Shh. No one knows.
I don't even know.
No, you don't know. No one knows.
Oh, we're talking about, we got some fresh meat for number 5.
Yes.
Yep.
Stuff Pool.
That's it.
I love Stuff Pool. It's the best. So, yeah.
Yeah, I've been really upset lately. I haven't been doing it the last couple of weeks with everything going on. I just after working all day, and it's like my arm cramping up. I'm like, I tried to draw it the one week, and I was like, man. So that he will make a return. I got to go back and do last week, because last week I was watching him do the chibi, and I've got a great idea. It's freaking hilarious. I was so upset I couldn't draw it. So
that'll be.
Come
on, spill the beans. That super secret. Come on.
No, I can't tell you because I'm not telling. So
I guess we'll just have to, you know, be happy with the sneak peeks we got from Kristina.
Yeah, we're looking at like, okay, so CB's cover drops on Wednesday. I will be teasing on Sunday. Like, we're talking like less than 7 days. You can wait. But I do have a cover out I have a cover set with Vampires of New Jersey, number 7 with Alton Simpson, which is super fantastic. That campaign is at its halfway point. I do want to tell you, but I'm not going to.
You're so mean.
I know.
You're so
I
mean.
want to tell you which we're not on air anymore.
Okay.
So I'll just show it to you. So it's fine because it's here. So I do have I do have a cover. Oh my goodness. I do have a cover set with Vampires of New Jersey happening now. I think they have about 12 days left. And I know Steph's cover just dropped today. So he's got a naughty version and the Wanda and Yolanda cover set, the black and white set. Those can now be purchased individually. So that's really awesome. I just finished up a cover and submitted it for another project that will be launching very soon. I don't think I'm allowed to say anything at this point, but it's really cool. I haven't worked with this creator before, and I'm excited because the genre is really fun. So that one's coming out soon. I'm not sure. They should be launching, I'm thinking in a couple weeks. So as soon as I get that okay, then I can share it and let you guys know on that. What else? Oh, Coffee with Comics has an exclusive Naughty Fairies variant cover out. They have a Naughty and Nice set. It's a Clockwork Orange, the Milk Bar homage, and it's with the Naughty Fairies. And then there's a Naughty.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So I have.
Yeah, it is really cool, and I can't put it up there, but you guys definitely need to go look. She posted it earlier. Check it out. It's really awesome, but I don't want to bring it up on here because they've been hammering StreamYard for stuff. So definitely check it out.
Yeah, so I have that, and also Steph Wilson did a store exclusive with Naughty Fairies for Buku Comics. So if you want to see that, that's the 007 set and the James Bond stuff. It turned out really, really great. So go over to Buku Comics and check that one out. It's really cute. I love it. And let's see. I think for me, I think that's all I have. Yes. Isn't that darling?
That is so cute. That is awesome.
It is so cute. And then the naughty version, she doesn't have the smoke from the guns. It's not smoking gun. So that one, those two, then those are my first store exclusives. So I'm really excited about those two pieces.
All right, guys, we'll do a quick pass through.
Really fast, look fast. So that's the Coffee with Comics. You've got Maven and Aislinn there, mates.
I love it. That's
and
awesome.
Then in the next month or month and a half, Wendy's also on another really cool, super secret, not so secret, because I've told everybody every day about it.
Right. And then we have Xanonanite Titan, which is coming out. We're looking at mid to end of October, to beginning of November. That's Raziel. I want to make sure I'm saying it right.
Raziel Stevens.
But I said Xanonanite Titan right.
Yes, we did. And you know what? The funny thing. So the reason why I used Raziel. So we want to talk about another story real quick. This is funny. That's what Roderick's name was going to be. I love the name Raziel. I have always been in love with that name. And I'm like, when we were thinking about names for our kids and, we found out it was a boy, I was like, I even mentioned part of the word Raziel. My wife's like, I'll kill you. We're not using that name.
No.
She's like, I was like, come on. And so my dad's initials are RCA. My initials are RCA. And so I wanted to keep Roderick's initials RCA. So we ended up agreeing on Roderick and it fits him really well. So it's like, so that's why the character's name is Raziel, because it's like, I really love that name and I've always wanted to use it. And so, I was like, I'll just make it a character in a book. That'd be awesome.
It is.
I think it's yay.
So my piece for Xenonanite Titan turned out really awesome. I had a great time with it. We talked about it earlier, Russell, and Russell and I definitely enjoyed that one. That was fun to collaborate with, because I would just ask questions and he would kind of give me some little ideas, like try this or think about this, or this is what I'm thinking of.
Explosions.
And then he said, I need lots of explosions. And I said, can I do lots of explosions? He's like, yes.
Yeah.
And I
blow it up.
the tank, and there's explosions coming out of the tank. Even it was great. I had so much fun with that.
Oh, when she gets started.
I do have a few pieces of Naughty Fairy art still available. Kristina has she has the swimsuit and the book 4. So this is the swimsuit issue. That one is still available, as well as the Naughty Fairy Stripper Assassin book 4, which is the one you just showed me.
Which
Come
one?
back.
I'm coming. Hold on. Wait. This one?
Maven, yeah, Maven with Little One. That one is actually, that was one of the first pieces that came in for book 4. And because Maven's got her little dragon, I picture him like a little dog kind of following her around and keeping her company. And so he just adores her. So when Kristina showed me her sketches of what she wanted to do, I was just like, yes, he must stay with her. So that's where Little One, he's awesome. And he's really, if I could have made him a bearded dragon, he would have been, but I went with a traditional dragon for the sake of my story. But yeah, he's
a bearded dragon in my heart.
Yeah, he's a bearded dragon in his soul. Actually, it's a her, my little Luna. I love my Luna. Yeah, I'm looking at her and she's just sound asleep. She's not waking up.
I don't think she'll ever.
So we also have, I do have some other pieces by some different people. Hang on just a second, I'll grab it.
While Wendy's gone, I do want to talk about, so one of the special things that I'm working on for the book that was kind of like a last minute deal. So I've been talking about the whole time about how I wanted to donate money to CB4K through my project. And well, Kickstarter, being the way they are, they don't allow that kind of stuff. So unofficially, but unofficially on Kickstarter, there will be a stretch goal once we reach the fund limit that will come. And I'm planning on doing CB4K t-shirts. So CB4K, when they do their special covers, they always have some kind of way that it involves a child in the hospital and superheroes. So I'm collaborating with an artist right now about doing a piece with Xenonanite Titan, reading a book to a heart kid in bed, and a little girl with get well balloons at the foot of the bed. So now this piece is going to be a really special piece because it's going to be helping a charity that I really care about, that I really, really believe in. And it's going to include my son with the heart surgeries that he's been in, and my daughter, because she's a little curly haired blonde. That's a big klutz. And so I thought it'd be really cool. It's probably going to have a saying at the bottom, I'm a Titan for CB4K.org. And this shirt is going to be no profit goes to me. So once we hit the funding level for the book, there'll be a stretch goal that'll be right after that will unlock that. Once of course the shirts will come out of it. Everything after that will go to CB4K. I will not keep any of it. At the end of the campaign, I'm going to send the money to Mark, and I will post it up on there just so people don't think I'm just, blowing smoke out my butt. But, I really do believe in cb4k.org. I like to talk about them as much as possible. I haven't talked about them in the last few weeks. If you don't know who they are, check them out. It's C as in cat, B as in boy, the number 4, K as in kid.org. Great organization. Mark, I met him at C2E2 last year. He helps out a lot of kids. He originally started out with a small thing. Hey, I want to send books to hospitals for kids to read. Kids that are ill, kids that are sick, may not ever make it home again. I want to give them something to take their mind off of things. Now, years later, he's grown into an entity with a lot of ties, to publishers. Dark Horse, Image send him books. It's 100% of the proceeds that are given to Mark goes towards shipping the books to the kids, packaging, because we all have been involved in comic books and the comic book industry. Shipping is expensive. When he ships 50 to 100 books to a hospital, it's $200-$300 for that shipment. And I've seen the receipts. He posts them online. Go check out cb4k.org on Facebook. They have a website. Lots of testimonials from hospitals, kids that have cancer, taking pictures with the books and just sending Mark and all the people that donate to it their well wishes and their thanks for giving them something to get them through a hard time. I feel like this year's been hard on everybody, and especially kids and, especially families, because kids that have stuff going on can't have family in the hospital. People don't think about that stuff. Oh yeah, COVID, whatever. Well, when a kid comes down with COVID or a kid has a surgery, when Roderick had to go to the cardiologist, and if he has to have a heart surgery right now, only one of us can be there. That's a big deal. When your kid's in the hospital, they want both parents to be there. So I feel now is the time more than ever that these hospitals need people like Mark to send something to these kids to help them take their mind off of, hey, my parents, because last year, before all this stuff started, we could stay at the hospital. I stayed in the room and slept on the couch next to him. That way we would switch out. That way one of us was always with him, but we were both still able to be there. Things aren't the same this year. And so, this is going to be my way of giving back to Mark, and I think that it's a great idea, and I really want to push for it. So sorry, I didn't mean to.
When we talked about it today, I was just like, that's so sweet. I love it.
That is awesome.
It is wonderful. Now, I don't even want to show you the original art.
How can you follow that?
Well, how do you follow that? I love that.
That is so awesome.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'm not going to show original art now. I'm good. If you want to see it, just message me. I'll send you pictures. I can't follow that.
Original art. Come on.
Show it.
Do it.
Do it.
All right. Well, we're working on the full screen, so you need to do something.
All right. So this was by Anthony Helmer. This is for book 1. We got another one in there. Got that one. Here's a David Harrigan piece that was done for book 2. Christina actually did lines on this one, and Kylie Knight did the coloring. Another David Harrigan. This is number 2. This one's Flight. This one was one of the pieces that we did for that. I have Ruth Lucas did a naughty and nice version. So here is the nice, and then the naughty. Okay, I'm going to show you really fast. So you have to, if you are under the age of 18, please close your eyes. You ready? It's going to be fast. Okay, that was it. Because I don't want Russell to get in trouble. Monica Bauer. This piece is actually just sold. So this one is no longer available, but I love how it turned out, and look at this. And I wanted to share it. So that one is no longer available. Gregorio Legarino did this piece for the swimsuit edition, as well as this Aislinn piece. These are both done on watercolors. They turned out so pretty. I love Greg's work. This is the last one I'm going to share. This is by Ton Rodriguez. This is for Naughty Fairy Stripper Assassins #1. Nia went on to color this piece. So those are the ones that I have downstairs. So thank you for asking, Danny. Oh, and if you guys want to see my the Steph Wilson Sleeping Baby Dragon, this is the tattoo piece that I want to get done. He did this specially for me of my Moona girl.
It is so cute.
Look how cute this is.
Oh, that's awesome.
That is so cute.
So that's my Luna dreaming of being a mighty dragon. So as soon as I can get back into the tattoo shop, Kristina.
Right? Yeah. As soon as I can get back into the tattoo shop.
California. Are they still closed out that way?
Yeah.
You still shut down in California. I mean, we still can't even, like, at least in LA County where we're at, we still, like, getting your haircut is still a big deal. I think you get your haircut now, but you still can't get a tattoo. And
yeah,
I don't think
you got to be outside to get your haircut.
Okay, so outside to get your, see, I don't even know. I stopped trying to figure it out because it's so confusing. But anyway, that's that. Now on to back to comics where happiness is.
And Luna's dragon.
As my sleeping dragon. She's just beautiful. Steph did such a great job. It was just so cute. And I'm like, so I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we have happening. You know, it's been, to be honest, it's been so crazy with, you know, Comic Unity, and then, you know, I've got fulfillment happening here. I sent Russell a video of what my house looked like, and I think he was just like, whoa, that's horrible.
That's what you have to look forward to.
But you know what? But it's one of those things that
it still wasn't as bad as the pictures that I sent you earlier this year. Remember those?
Yeah.
I sent her these pictures. I'm like, I don't know what I did. So with everything that's going on, like everything that I had coming in, like I just was like, I don't really feel like putting this stuff up. And I kept setting a date to put the stuff up and setting a date to put the stuff up. Yeah. And well, then, you know, my wife decides, you know, since everything's going on and we didn't know if I was going to be able to keep working, because with DOT, if I did have cancer, they would pull my medical card and I would have to quit driving, which was part of my drive to go ahead and make this book a thing. Because, you know, if I couldn't drive, then, you know, then I have to go towards writing books and she would have to go get a job. So she got one of those Crickets and started doing t-shirts and, you know, making stuff with that. And so I had my wall down there with my comic stuff. Well, she's like, well, I need the space where your comic books are so I can put a desk down there and make it my office. And well, originally she wanted the closet. And I'm like, well, there's no outlets in the closet. Why would you want your office in a closet? I'm like, why don't you just take the spot in the corner and then I'll take over the closet? Because there's more room. And so we went and got shelving and put the shelving on both sides of the closet, like industrial shelves. And then I placed an order with BCW and got like 10 of the black plastic boxes, the short boxes, and then 10 of the graded ones. And I already had like 8 or 9 of the comic ones, and then I had like 5 of the graded ones. And so I brought all of my books upstairs, and like my living room looked like a freaking mountain. Like Wendy's like, what are you up to? And I was like, you don't even want to know. I was like, I'll send you pictures. She's like, when was the last time you put comic books away? I'm like, I honestly don't even know. I'm like, I'm never letting this happen again. So, and then I got everything out, because not only that, but I was alphabetizing and I was rearranging, because some stuff I was just like, I'll put Lady Death in here with Punisher. And, you know, so yeah, I don't mind it at all. I understand when it comes to comic books and you got that many laying around, it's a huge mess.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I've done a good job keeping everything organized. And like last night I had 50 orders that were already like prepackaged and ready. And now I'm down, I did 175, I think I've got done. So my goal is by like Tuesday, Wednesdays to start shipping. Because to me, getting the pulling the orders and getting everything ready takes the longest. Because we're waiting on the last bit of December. December sent some photographs, and so those are on the way. Those were a stretch goal that are coming, and those will be added to the stretch goal packages. And you guys don't even know how. Okay, and you can't say anything because I know you know, because I know you know.
Me?
Yeah. Shh.
I don't know. There's so many things I don't know. I don't know what it is I know now.
So, the artists have been so amazing, and we have been working on something for the last 2 months, and it's already here, and it's in packages, and it's something that was not announced that was going to be included. It's not something that I made a big deal about or anything. It's just, it's coming, and because, oh my goodness, that was an earthquake.
Earthquake! Drop!
So I'm just super excited, and now like it's getting closer, so it's getting harder for me not to say what it is. And yeah, I know I'm doing a good job. Look, Baby Yoda. There's Baby Yoda.
That's her trying not to say something.
So I'm just excited. So I'm like right there. I'm at the end of this amazing project and getting it to you guys, and I'm just so excited. Look, I wasn't right. Yoda.
That's her sidestepping. But since you're sidestepping, I think it was Jack that asked where you were getting that tattoo, the baby Luna.
Oh, gee. Oh, what part? Probably my leg. It'll probably be on my leg, and it'll be so that, because do we
have room on that leg?
Not on that one. It'll have to go on the other one. I don't have anything on the other one. That one's like a blank canvas. Like there's nothing on that one. On the lower part.
Do a certain theme on that one? I thought we were going to do a certain theme on that one.
I'm going to do superheroes, but I don't know. We can talk about that.
It's Super Luna.
Right. She has wings. Super.
Like, I've been already like plotting out like a little witch Luna, and because I have one. I have another one somewhere. I think it's in here. I have another one that Steph did. It's
he loves Luna.
Okay, look.
What if you meet Luna, you can't help but love Luna.
Look. It's a little Luna.
I love it.
There's an explosion. Yes. Now all it needs is little blue balls.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing.
So I've already been kind of thinking like if I did a little witch Luna and a little wizard Luna and a little super Luna, and yeah, it could just be insane. But we'll just start with Sleeping Luna.
Yes.
Okay with that for now. All right, so but I'm just excited that these packages are getting ready to get out. Okay. Do I say that when I'm getting tattooed? No, I don't.
You have. Depends on the spot. Depends on the spot.
I never say that word. Never.
You have said it once. You said it with the peacock.
Well, yeah, that was, yeah.
I've never said it. Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oops.
Yeah.
I don't remember anything that I said that day.
This is Wendy when she's in pain and she's like being like pissed off, I guess. She's like, what are you doing? What, what are you doing? What is that? That's all she does. No, don't go there. Stop that. Go to the other place. Are you digging for China?
That one. Right there? Is that the spot?
When she thinks I'm going, ee.
She's in one spot and she's just burrowing through. She's testing the bone.
Yep, that's what I'm doing. Digging for that bone.
Yeah, no.
I'm going to incite a reaction from you. Just wait.
Yes, I have to wait. Kristina has a long memory, so I have to wait until she forgets when I do things bad or I tease her a little too hard, because she will make it painful.
I will. If I didn't get Bill back for almost kicking my head.
You did. What was Smiley? Smiley right here. Bill even said that you were just like, oops, oh, does that hurt? Oh, sorry. You just, no.
I
look at that. She's hanging you out.
It's a nervous tick. Yeah, that's what it is. It's a nervous tick.
Oh, really?
It's my sympathy laugh. It's sympathy.
It's Kristina, the handler Hagerty, aka the butcher. We got lots of freaking, nicknames going on here tonight. I mean, it's just getting crazy. We go from check out all these really cool tattoos that Kristina did, and she's like, she's doing your tattoos, and she's like, ugh, ugh, ugh. That's all I can think about is that scene from Tommy Boy when he's got that biscuit, and he's like, I take my little pet and I hug him and I squeeze him, and then I
That is Kristina. And she makes so nice, but it hurts, and she puts extra hurt on it. No, she's amazing. We're giving her a hard time.
Yep, laying hotlines.
I've seen her speed it up just to go, watch. It's going too slow. Let me speed it up a little. Oh, is that hurting more? I don't know what happened. What was that? Oh, wait, let me turn it back down. Okay, all right. It's down to 3 now. You'll be fine.
All I can say is for Comic Unity Online Con, I see Toddler Fight Club turning into behind the scenes Pillow Fight Club here before too long.
We lost Toddler Fight Club. Toddler Fight Club is not taking hold the same way, but the teasing of the security and the pat downs, man, that is taking hold.
Oh, wait, pat downs? Oh. Wait, thought I missed that line.
I think it was more online. I think it was during one of the interviews we were talking about the pat downs.
Dang it.
Yeah, we had pat downs, and then we had spray downs too. We had the Old Spice tent set up, so we can get rid of that con smell. And
Yes.
I had to tase a few people, as guest relations for Comic Unity Online Con. I had the first one that got tased was Luis Torres. So can you believe this guy? He double parked in Tom Hutchison's spot, double parked in his spot. Not only did he take up his spot, but he took up CB Zane's spot, and they weren't having it. So they called guest relations. I go out there to have the car towed, and he's still in it, and he refuses to get out of it. So I did. I got the shiny new taser out. I put batteries in it, and I let him have it. I mean, I gave him all it had. And so then we had Katrina Rowitz. She was trying to scout people with her convention badge. So we had to take her down to the Toddler Fight Club pen. And so she got beat up for a little while. And, and then Phil was getting out of hand on the con floor. He was, trying to get people's nachos and just talking smack. So I took him down. He was drooling all over himself, and he was like, please, can I have another? And so then I was kind of weirded out a little bit. So, I mean, there's just some crazy stories, stuff that's going on the con floor. You got Zane rolling up on Jimmy Noble pulling out a bag of balloons, and Lewis in his girl wig.
I think they were licking stamps.
No, see, Tom's got us licking all those thank you envelopes. So, that glue is just going straight to our brain. Lick it and stick it. Wow, that didn't sound right.
Oh, we are giving the internet world so much fodder for tomorrow.
I'm not even going to open Facebook tomorrow.
Stay away.
Stay away.
And for those that don't know, Dan is really counting on the mini donuts. And I told him we couldn't get the mini donuts until it was like the 20K mark. So we really need to help push this project so I can mail Dan Stockwell one of those little packages of mini donuts straight to his house, whatever kind he wants, powdered, glazed, chocolate,
sprinkle
balls, light,
whatever he wants,
rainbow sprinkle,
whatever he wants.
Yeah. Backer number 1 knows to stay away from my parking spot because I'll just drive over his car.
Oh my God.
Best people in the world are in comics. And
oh my God. Thank you for shoving me into this world.
I told
you.
We're
a lot of fun. And it was funny. Wendy's like, so this is the funny story. Everybody's got to hear this. So I was talking to Wendy. I was like, hey, Nancy Vasconcelos.
Vasconcelos. Yeah.
Yeah, Vasconcelos. So I was like, I love her art. It's phenomenal. I was like, I want to talk to her about doing a piece, and I want to talk to Christina and April Grady Reyna and have, them do a piece for book too, because I want to spotlight more artists. And so she's like, well, Christina's really not on Facebook a whole lot, so here's her phone number. Just text her. I'm like, yeah, that's not creepy. So I'm like, I sat on it for like 1 or 2 weeks, and I was like, I don't even know what to say to her. So like I added her as a friend on Facebook, and obviously, Wendy was right, because I think that was like a month and a half ago, and she just added me yesterday. So I finally was like, I broke down after like 3 weeks and no response, and I was like, hi, I know Wendy. Would you like to be on a live show? And then I was like, so then it was even weirder because I didn't say who my name was or who I was or anything, because I'm so used to messaging people on Facebook. It says your name. So she gets this random message from some dude that's like, hey, you want to do a live show? I know Wendy. And it's like, they don't even know who they are. And so I'm like, oh, great. Now this is even creepier. She's going to be like, Wendy, who's this crazy dude that you sent my number to? And like, he's sending me messages, want me to do live shows. Do you know anything about this?
There's a $300 handling fee.
Yeah. And here we are, a month later, and we're it's fun. It's a blast.
Putting blue balls.
Well, yeah. To put you at ease, Russell, Kristina did not say anything to me about that at all. So she did not think it was creepy. She's been expecting your call, and
I've been holding that in.
No, the only thing, when she told me she was going to do your show, she's like, Russell asked me to be on his show, and I was just like, yay! I was so sweet. I was so excited. And she's like, I don't even know what was next. Oh, he said, can I do it at your house? And I said, yes. Come on over. Come to my house. And then Russell said, hey, do you want to be on the show too? And I'm like, well, yeah, she's going to be at my house. That'd be kind of weird. like Christina's on the show and I'm just sitting downstairs, just like. So it worked out. So now I'm sitting downstairs and she's upstairs. We're like the we're like the Wonder Twins. Like you can't take us anywhere because we turn into an epic eagle in a bucket of water.
Pretty much, yeah.
So every year around Christmas time we try to go and do kind of like a holiday adventure. And last year, I think it was the first year too, but definitely last year, we go to this place called Descanso Gardens, which is it's out in the outside of LA. It's in Flint Ridge.
Yeah, Flint Ridge.
Lucker Center. And they do a beautiful, like they light up. It's like a natural garden that they have, and they've got like a little forest area, and it's just beautiful. So during the holidays they decorate the trees, and they have like light shows, and it's just beautiful art sculptures with lights, and it's just amazing. And every year that we have gone, we have gotten kicked out of the events because we've gotten lost wandering around the forest.
They have to actually come and get us and say, we're closing. You need to leave now.
Like we've done this, I don't know how many times. We've been to Descanso.
And the funny thing is they have these arrows of where you go and the numbers. So all you have to do is look at the sign and it shows you where to go. We're usually going around the back end of it. Everybody's coming this way. We're going that way.
We get lost. We've done it to the zoo. We got lost at the zoo. The police had to come and get us out of the zoo.
Yeah. We got lost at the Queen Mary.
Oh my gosh. We've gotten lost on the Queen Mary. Like we cannot, like we went to Morro Bay just a couple weeks ago. And it was so cool because we got to feed the squirrels. And like this one little fat squirrel was just like perching on Kristina, like, I am just going to eat everything you have to give me. So he was living on Kristina for a while.
And his cheeks were huge. He just kept stuffing these peanuts in his cheeks. And they were like huge.
But we get lost like everywhere, and we weren't even driving. Bill was driving, and we still managed to get lost, and it wasn't even our fault. So like just the energy that we create when we're around just
It's like a whirlwind.
It is. It's crazy. So the question was, who's the bucket of water and who's the epic eagle?
That could be a toss-up. It changes in any event. It flops.
One of us is flying around making the other one crazy, and the other one's putting out fires as we go. So it works pretty evenly.
Christine upstairs.
It's awesome.
That's so funny.
Oh my God.
Poor Russell. I think he's starting to blush a little. He's like, oh, no.
Oh, no, it's good. That's the bad thing about this. So since I've started doing this stuff, people really don't know the real me. Tonight is like half of how I usually am. Like I've been on fire tonight, and I'm about 1,000 times worse than I am in the comments than I've been tonight. Like I'm the big prankster too. So like one of the huge pranks that I pulled on my wife, I was talking about the story with Rodney Fike and Sean Forney, that if I ever go live with them on their Thursday night showdown, Friday night draw, that I'll tell the story. So it's a real quick story, and it's super funny. So I wanted to go to Pointergeist in St. Louis at the Family Arena. It's a Halloween show that they do every year with 105.7 The Point, which is the alt rock station. And so it was Godsmack and Five Finger Death Punch. And I was like, oh man, I want to go see these guys really bad. Well, Tiffany called in, and she was off one day, and she happened to listen. They were doing a ticket giveaway, and she called in, and she was the caller, and she got the tickets. This was like 7 years ago. And so she won the tickets. Well, she's like, I don't really like that kind of music. I know you really like it. I know your dad does. Why don't you take your dad? And I was like, all right, cool. So my dad and I, we go to Pointergeist, and we're like in the nosebleed section. But like there's hardly anybody at this show because there were so many Halloween parties and stuff going on that weekend that people were taking their kids to, and so the show didn't really sell well. So they come up to us and they're like, "Hey, how would you guys like front row seats?" And I'm like, "Hell yeah, I'm like, I'm down for that." I'm like, I want to be like in Solierna's face. And so like they move us up. We're like literally from me to the computer from the speakers. And so I'm taking pictures and sending them to my wife. I'm like, dude, we won the package, so I had to backtrack a little. So the people that won the free tickets to the line got put into the grand prize. And the grand prize was you got moved up to front row and you got to meet the band and have dinner with them after the show on the tour bus. So I'm like, watch this. I'm going to really grind her gear. So I'm like, check this out. We got upgraded to front row. We won the grand prize. We're going to get to meet the band afterwards. I'm like, it's awesome. So she's like fuming. She's at home. She is so mad because she's like, I can't believe I let him take his dad and then he won the grand prize and I could have got to meet these people, which is really funny because like I don't even like this kind of music because she listens to country. We're like total opposite. She likes country. I like heavy metal, rock alternative, some rap and stuff, like Tech Nine, out of Kansas City and stuff like that. So we're like total opposites. And she's like, I can't believe I gave him my tickets. So anyway, fast forward, we watched the show. The show was awesome. Solierna, his drum set, he was playing the drums and it was on wheels and they were driving him around on the stage while he was playing. It was freaking amazing. The Five Finger Death Punch put on a phenomenal show. Lots of flames and explosions. It was great. And so we're walking out to the parking lot. I was like, hey, let's kick this up a notch. I'm like, I'm going to call her from the car and you pretend you're Sully and tell her that she has to answer a question in order for us to get on the tour bus and that she's got 10 seconds to come up with an answer. He's like, well, what do you want me to ask her? I'm like, just ask her a song that Godsmack sings. Well, this was around the time that Crying Like a Bitch came out. And so like it was on the radio all the time. So she heard it a million times. And so I was like, it's an easy question. She should get it. And it'll make her even more mad. Well, he gets on the phone and he's like, hey, this is Solierna with Godsmack. I'm here with your husband and his dad. But before they can get on the tour bus, they need to know I have to ask you a question. And if you don't get the question right, they don't get to meet and greet with us. And she's like, okay. And so he asks her and she's like, I don't know. Well, I hear Windows loading up in the background. She got on the computer. She was trying to cheat and look up Godsmack on Google. And I was like, she's loading up Windows. I'm like, she's getting on the computer. I'm like, you're gonna have to like speed this up and be like, so he's like, hey, I hear you getting on the computer in the background. He's like, there's no cheating. You got 5 seconds to come up with an answer. And so like she's freaking out. And like he just hangs up on her after 5 seconds. So we're rolling laughing. I'm like, oh man, she's probably really upset. So we drove, she was at her mom's house. I dropped her off at her mom so she could spend time with her mom while we were at the concert because she lived up towards the city then. And so I was like, I'll pick you up on the way home. Well, so we get to the house and she's just like bawling in tears. And I was like, what's wrong? She's like, I just know you're going to be really mad at me because you didn't get to meet and greet with the band. I was like, oh, we didn't win that. She's like, what? Are you kidding me right now? It was a joke. She's like, you don't even know what happened. She's like, my mom was in the shower and Carl was in there watching TV because, her stepdad was quadriplegic. He was in a wheelchair. So he's in his room watching TV. And so she's like running around through the house frantically, trying to get the computer, trying to load it up and figure out the song. She's like screaming to her mom. Her mom's flipping out, thinking like the house is on fire or something. She's like, my mom comes running out of the bathroom naked with the towel dripping, water all over the house. She's like, what the hell's going on, Tiffany? She's like, and then you hang up on me. And I just knew you were going to be mad at me. And I was like, I was just dying. I mean, we were rolling. She's like, you're such a dickhead. Next time I win tickets, I'm selling them. And that's a day in the life with me. Like, it's gotten so bad now. My son does it too. Like, my wife will be walking through the house and he'll just like jump out of a room and be like, "Bleh!" and scare the shit out of her. And she'll jump like 7 or 8 feet. She's like, "I hope you're proud of yourself." I'm like, "I am. I love it. My little mini me."
Oh,
That's awesome. Oh my God.
So no, I'm not blushing at all. So like I said, I mean, usually I'm I have more pep in my step, but we'll get there. And then you'll be like, "Oh my God, what did I get myself into?" You don't even know.
well, so we're going to have to get going because I know we haven't eaten because we started at 6 and it's like 9:15.
No, I understand totally. I'm sorry. I don't mean to keep you guys.
Oh no, it was fun.
So much. But I do have to make sure she eats or she'll get cranky. I'm going to start throwing Snickers bars at her and see if she eats.
Oh man. And then now we're going to have a new nickname. So now we're going to have Kristina the Handler Hagerty, aka the Butcher, aka the Hangry Artist. Oh, there she goes again. So no, it was really great having you guys on tonight. Thank you so much, Kristina, for popping your virtual con cherry with me. I really appreciate that.
Thank you. It was an honor. Thank you. I enjoyed myself immensely.
And for those of you that want to follow Kristina, you can follow her at Kristina Hagerty on Instagram. Don't even think about sending her a Facebook friend request because it'll be a month and a half before she accepts it. And then Wendy, if you want to take it away and tell people where they can find you and
yeah.
So if you want to take it away and tell people where they can find you at.
Wendy Shaner. You can find me on Facebook at Wendy Shaner. Also Naughty Fairies and Naughty Fairies Stripper Assassins. On Instagram, it's Naughty Fairies, and on Twitter, it's Naughty Fairies. We do come check us out. We have a good time.
There it goes. I'm like, is he going to do it? So definitely it was great having you guys on. Have a great night. I appreciate you being on here. I won't keep you any longer. You guys can take off and have dinner and feed that hangry butcher. And I look forward to seeing more of your art, Kristina.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Looking
Thanks
forward to seeing art for your book.
Thank you. You guys have a great night.
You too. Thank you. Bye, everybody.
So that was a great show tonight, guys. Definitely hit up Wendy Steen Shaner. Check out Naughty Fairies on Etsy, and you can get Kristina's book on there. Definitely go there. Check out all the cool stuff that's on there. Check out Comic Unity Online Convention, which is what we're broadcasting for. And, we got some great product, some great projects coming out of that. So I look forward to hopefully working with Kristina for book 2 and seeing more of her art to come. Everybody have a great night. And as always, Russ Explode Studios, projects that'll blow your mind. Have a great night and have a great week.